Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels dark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand Rising people. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it. aka this is the Morning Mac Show with an overcast of cloudiness, but bam, here go the sunshine right here. I'm bringing you the sunshine, and not only I got with my sunshine. Okay, this is for the brain sunshine. This is for the body sunshine. This is my exclusive player, my Molly Moore Seymour. This is how I get my day jumping and going. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was up at 4:00 this morning drinking a lemonade of this one, so that's why I'm drinking this. Look, I ain't gonna have no more by the end of the week. It tastes good. Okay, it just tastes good. I gotta stop drinking all of them like that because it's supposed to be a daily dose, and I'm getting more than my daily dose. But I'm still gonna crack that open and take a little sip, sip, sip. It's good to the lips. Ooh, this is delicious. Ooh, this the apple and this junk. Ooh, that was the treat right there. That was the new flavor. Molly, you on to something with that new flavor. I never thought that apple and vanilla could taste good together, but okay. Yeah, that's a good flavor right there. Boom. Shades of blue. This is the flavor. The Seymour's and it's Wellness Wednesday. Why not get your mental together and your physical? And if you could do it all at the same time, boom, baby. I'm telling you, you got that damn hold up. This little apple vanilla joint he made, this is good, Molly. Mm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is a new flavor. Yeah, bursting. I'm gonna let him tell you what flavor this is. But this is good shit, right? Okay. So let's say good morning to everybody. Good morning, the producers. Good morning, Molly Moore and Big Trey. How y'all doing today?
Read, what it do?
Baby, what is that? What flavor is this, Seymour's? That's the new junk you was telling me about.
What's up, Misha? I see you in here.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Mary, good Grand Rising, sis, Grand Rising.
Misha.
She is traveling today to her goddaughter's graduation from college. I am so proud of this young lady. So
Yeah.
big shots up to Miss Madison. Big shots
Congrats.
up. Y'all, that baby done that thing. It's good to see the kids and stuff. My baby Corey Chris, I saw his name flash. Good morning, Grand Rising people. It's an overcast day, but we're gonna get the sun shining with some Wellness Wednesday. Corey, you need to get hooked up with
Shit.
Mom.
We got what? Jug Flex the promoter, Corey Chris in here, Corey Chris Comedy, Miss Misha. Shit, thank y'all.
Thank you, people.
Yeah.
Misha, I didn't give you none of this new flavor. Molly just was trying the new flavor out, but the new
Ain't too
flavor
much, Misha.
you'll like the new flavor. Molly, tell us about this new flavor that I'm tasting in my mouth. What am you
I
switching
think
away?
me should have some, unless you took her teas. She should have like two. I think half and half or two.
Yeah, Black Excellence.
As you gave her all lemonades.
No, she said 3 lemonades and 3 sweet teas, but this the new joke.
Yeah, all the teas the same, them the new teas. Yeah. I ain't even do the half. I had Corey said send me the link.
Said, go on.
Corey try and pop in today.
Okay, look, you was welcome, Corey. Come on through, Corey. Let me tell you something about Corey Chris. That's my dude. When we used to do comedy at Bar 919, Corey would be there working it out, and he always give me much love. Hello, elite Josh Preston. I see your name.
Molly Palmer.
Molly Palmer, see, we establishing that. Let's get that shit rolling. That's what it is. Molly Palmer.
This the new flavor.
Reese want me to give out all the ingredients, y'all.
No, not all the ingredients. Right? This the new flavor. We're gonna just call this the Molly Palmer.
I watched Good Burger when I was young, so I know how they gonna get you. Can't let them know.
Can't take your order.
Can't let them know the ingredient. You up, LA?
What's up, Brian?
I love that movie. I got that movie. No, but I'm just saying, it tastes good. I don't believe that it's good for the body. It tastes so good because most stuff that's good for the body is nasty, have a nasty aftertaste and everything. But we got Molly putting Splenda for the people that's diabetic and don't want any of the syrups or any of the real natural honey and the natural flavor. But this Splenda stuff is Misha was like, can you put Splenda in it?
Can you stop talking about the ingredients?
Damn.
Fucking up Trish's money.
It's important to say for the people that's sugar free. For the people that want sugar free.
He has alternatives.
Sugar free. We have alternatives. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Not the ingredients.
People know. Because it's Wellness Wednesday, and some people may be like, I don't want it because they got that in it. But you got to let them know that it's okay. We got you, diabetics. We got you. For the people that, they got you. He got you. We got you. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, this is, of course, Wellness Wednesday. and everybody is graduating and everybody's traveling. And I want to say a big shout out to all the people, whether you graduate elementary school, preschool, high school, college. Uh, give yourself a pat on the back because that's just one leg down through your journey. So congratulations to everybody that's celebrating that. And also birthdays and all that good stuff for all the festivities. Y'all know what's coming up at the end of this month. Is it this Sunday coming up? We got a barbecue holiday. I think this is the first barbecue holiday where you can throw stuff and put stuff on the grill. And all I'm saying to the people that's about to grill cook out, put some vegan substitution on that grill. Take some of that meat off and get you a nice vegan burger or some other stuff, and it tastes good. Everything tastes good on the grill. I don't know about y'all, but when they got them grill marks on there, grill food just tastes so different. Maybe it's just me. You like grill food, Molly?
Hell yeah.
Like on the char grill.
I like cooked food, but grill food always better. I think that's why I used to like Burger King better than McDonald's. I used to like the Whoppers better, probably because they cook theirs on the grill. But it's something about that cookout burgers and hot dogs and stuff.
No, they said the char grill food is better for you versus like if you just cook it on a regular flat top grill like the gas grill. But they saying that the char grill is better. Have y'all heard that charcoal is better for you?
I know the char in fast food is a fake chemical taste that's added to the burger, so that's not because of the grill.
We're not talking about the fake. We're talking about the real when you grilling.
I was just talking about fast food.
That's what Molly was saying. That
all right.
He likes the Whoppers. But I was saying the grill food is because it's Memorial Day time. And he was saying hot dogs on the grill. And I was saying, we talking about.
You talking about Molly eating grilled
carrots.
Yeah.
Well, you can.
Potatoes.
You can because me and Misha have did the vegan substitute with the carrot. And it tasted pretty good. We put on it. Just like
what's up, Ricky Stocks?
Ricky.
Thank y'all for joining.
Ricky.
Thank y'all for joining.
Grand Rising. And LA Grand Rising, the Slicky Woo Boo, and LA Josh Preston. I know Slicky out there somewhere. Did we send Corey the link?
I was looking for him on Facebook. I think he texted from YouTube though. You probably gotta send it to him. I can't find him. Corey, you probably
a YouTube comment.
Corey, I'm gonna send it to your phone because I got his number. That's my man, 50 grand.
Corey had that smell the fork joke.
Okay. Yeah, you remember that.
Yeah, that shit was funny. See this first clip will load up while she's sending Corey the link.
Okay.
Y'all please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I'm writing the names down too, So we got Molly Palmer. She got Molly Mimosa.
Yeah, Molly Mimosa is going to hit too. But we ain't going to talk about the ingredients and all that shit because that's how you fuck up the church's money.
Nah, they ask all the time, what's that? They just know it ain't nothing.
Look, we got to have a Molly margarita.
All right, okay. Let's do
I don't want no big burger and no grill. Give me that beef, no ditty.
It's slushy. That's perfect. When you freeze it, eliminate it, get slushy. Perfectly. Mm-hmm.
Said send it to my messenger.
Look, damn it, Corey. I done sent it to your phone.
I think I found you, Corey. I'm about to send it to you.
Corey Chris Comedy.
Yeah, I found. I just sent it to you, Corey.
Just send it to my message. All right. We got the first video loaded up. while Corey getting in here, he's slipping in. We go here to the first Wellness Wednesday, and we all know health is wealth.
Almost everything we think we know about addiction is wrong. You get a rat and you put it in a cage and you give it 2 water bottles. One is just water and the other is water laced with either heroin or cocaine. If you do that, the rat will almost always prefer the drug water and almost always kill it. Does quite quickly. In the 70s, Professor Alexander comes along and he looks at this experiment and he noticed something. He said, we're putting the rat in an empty cage. Got nothing to do except use these drugs. Let's try something a bit different. So Professor Alexander built a cage that he called Rat Park. They've got loads of cheese, they've got loads of coloured balls, they've got loads of tunnels. Crucially, they've got loads of friends. But here's the fascinating thing. In Rat Park, they don't like the drug water. You go from almost 100% overdose when they're isolated to 0% overdose when they have happy and connected lives. What if addiction isn't about your chemical hooks? What if addiction is about your cage? What if addiction is an adaptation to your environment? Maybe we shouldn't even call it addiction. Maybe we should call it bonding. Human beings have a natural and innate need to bond. And when we're happy and healthy, we'll bond and connect with each other. But if you can't do that because you're traumatized or isolated or beaten down by life, you will bond with something that will give you some sense of relief. Now, that might be gambling, that might be pornography, that might be cocaine, that might be cannabis. But you will bond and connect with something because that's our nature. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection.
Good ass video. Good ass video.
What you take from that, Riri? I see you rubbing your thinking chin.
I thought it was my extra chin, but thank you. I like that. That he's absolutely right. I mean, the part what he said, the opposite of addiction is connection. And a lot of times people with mental illness and stuff, we have it because we don't have that certain connection. And I agree. I agree. It's something in place of whatever something there, whether it's food or whether it's gambling or whether it's recreational use. You know, you just going to put something there, at least whether it's porn, something to give you that release or give you that connection to make you think that you have that connection instead of. Only thing I would say, when you don't have connection to people and you get those fake objects because you don't have the connection with people, make you keep going back to those things more and more and more because it doesn't last long. They're short blasts of energy. But if I have a connection, like say, if every time the world beats me down, whatever, I have a connection with you, I can pick up the phone and call you. You last longer, a lot longer than a bump or a hit of something. Relying on you is that dependency on my friends versus the dependency on other substances, whether it's food, pornography, or whatever.
Misha said it's social media, their cell phones, you know.
Yeah, but those are short bursts because after you get off the cell phone, you still, but after I talk to you, I feel, you know, because it's a real person, and you connecting. And you helping getting stuff resolved. I mean, I know sometimes when you don't talk to your best friend or your boo or whoever that release person is in your life, even after scrolling, hours of scrolling, you don't feel, oh yeah. But after you talk to somebody and connect that human connection, you be like, oh yeah, you feel it's a different relief. It's a different woo-saw feeling.
They don't get off social media. You can see people that live on social media. They live online. Is that Corey Chris in the building?
Baby? What's going on, baby?
Grand Rising.
Can you hear me?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, Queen?
What's going on with you?
Man, still beating these comedy streets, man.
I
you know, I'm about to be on my first tour. I think we're supposed to be kicking it off in June. I'm touring with Bad Guy Flex.
Okay. That's what's up. Where y'all touring to?
Well, I got one of them. I think Greensboro, Delaware. What else he say? Pittsburgh. I know we doing well. It's on the tour, but it's close. Silver Spring is in June. A couple of spots. That's what I know so far. But he said it's gonna be more. Keep add as it adds. And the tour is called No Comic Left Behind. So
okay, you go ahead, bad
yeah.
boy. Go ahead. That's look. Congratulations to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And doing
Thank
it. Go
you.
ahead.
I won the opportunity at a showcase out West Virginia. I was one of the two that was picked.
Okay. All the way up there in West Virginia. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
they love Corey Chris out there. Those hillbillies love Corey Chris out there.
Corey Chris ain't no stranger to the Morning Mac show. He's been on the show. What's this, your third appearance on the show?
I think so. I think about my third.
So he's been on here a few times. Corey Chris. Like I said, he was a staple down at Bar 919. That's where I first got a chance to meet this brother. And not to mention, we neighbors.
Yeah, we are. yeah. I drive past your apartment every day. Like I wonder if that Athea is in there. And if she is in there, she frying some chicken. I'm about to come over there.
So that's the funny part. So yeah, we were talking about Wellness Wednesday, and the guy was talking about from the video. We were talking about addiction, and Trey was just saying, when you came in, he was making a comment. I'm gonna let Trey finish, his statement.
Shit, I don't remember now.
Corey came in like gangbusters.
I don't remember no more. I smoked too much to be holding on with. I get blindsided by something. So
yeah, Well, I thought y'all was talking about addictions though. So I mean, it could be some addictions. Some addictions could be good. All addictions ain't bad.
That's true.
That's true.
Name a good addiction.
I'm gonna give you one. Let's say if you addicted to praising God, that's a good addiction.
Okay.
That's a good addiction. You know what I mean? Like I had I used to have an addiction, but I would say that I'm over it though, and I'm probably about 2 years recovered. But I used to have an addiction. It wasn't substance, but it was of some substance. And it was real hard. And even sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and get sweats, just thinking about it, But I was so glad that the Lord has gotten me over my addiction. And my addiction, I'm going to share with y'all for the first time. I ain't never shared this with nobody. So I'm going to say I'm a recovering trick. I haven't bought no pussy in about 2 years.
Shout out to
so
all
let's
the
clap it up for me.
We love
so
that
let's
here.
clap it up for me. I have not
Shout out
purchased
to all the recovering tricks.
I have not purchased any vagina in 2 years. Let's clap it up for that.
Clap it up. Let's celebrate. We need a soundboard.
Yeah.
Recovering trick. Okay.
And it's been hard for me because I've been working on around the south side. It's getting in it's sundress season. So sometimes my pockets be like this. I just have to get it together. Like no Musa. Keep your 40 in your pocket. Keep your 40 in your pocket.
Corey, I'm glad that you are recovered because the prices went up. It ain't 40 no more. So
damn.
They went up.
Don't tell me when did it double? Did it double?
On the coochie. The coochie got 100% tariff. So where it was 40, it's 75 now. And where it's 50, 75. It's even 100.
Well, 75 was $75.
If it's $75, will she cut you a deal? If you instead of 150, if you give her 100 meter in the middle, can you get 2?
2 for 1. Look, you been popped off 2, and she still be on the 1.
No, this is what I used to say. I used to say, "Can I pay for the hour?" I would be like this, "Can I pay for the hour?" And I'd be like this. Now, however long it takes, I said, on the hour, I want to be able to come as many times as possible. It's like, how many times you think you're going to come? Oh, you just don't know. They be like, hold on, nigga, you don't be so more money. You came 6 times in that hour. Hey, you got to work the system.
Hey, Corey, one of the comments has got a question for you. LA Josh Preston asks how you know Reese.
I met Reese doing comedy. She's a fellow comedian. I was like she said, we was going down. I was going down bar 919. Mac had put me on to that spot. Shout out to Demetrius Mac. He told me to come down there. I came down there. I did pretty good. And I was going down there. I actually started going down there when David Carter had the room, and so I had been going down there for a while.
That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, and we met and we kind of clicked and we cool. She her and my girlfriend clicks real well, so they always and see each other. So yeah, so normally, it's like a natural thing. Some comedians you click with, some you just don't. But we was ones that clicked. And every time I get a chance to see her, it's always love. Or we've also done I think we've done a couple of shows outside of the open mic thing. Like, I know we did the barbershop thing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
we did something else.
We did Galactic Panther, and
there you go.
Yeah, we did some other.
Shout out said what's up to you, Corey Chris.
Who was that?
Shout out said what's up to you, Corey Chris. He said what's up, man.
What's up, brother? What's going on with you?
What's up, child? What's good?
None. I'm on the plantation right now. As you can see, I'm talking and I'm looking. As you can see, I'm talking. I'm looking out. Make sure boss man don't sneak up on me.
I'm good.
That's what he was asking. Yeah, he said, Reese, how you know? He ain't asked about him how y'all know each other. My bad. He was asking how you know the price went up.
Oh, my son.
That's a good question. How did the price go?
Ty told me, Corey.
Always a scapegoat, like, oh, my son.
Who told you? Your son told you?
Terry, yeah.
Wait a minute, though. That might be the price for the chicks his age. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to.
That ain't no I got electric bill price on the pussy.
Yeah, right. I'm looking for somebody.
Applebee's.
Hey, I'm looking for somebody that's willing to give up a 3.5 or something. Little J or something. I'm looking for
little 7, little.
So you not.
Even if she gonna be rushing a nigga, look, man, I ain't got all day for this 3.5, man. You ain't about to be having me sucking this drink all night, nigga. Hurry up, nigga. Hurry, you ain't there yet.
They trying to get some barter booty. That's what it's called. A barter, and they changing. And they said fair exchange ain't no robbery. So a 3.5 exchange, she give you 3.5.
It's gonna be some Gato. It's gonna be good.
That part, child.
All right. I even throw some free funnel.
Even the free funnel.
That's the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy I am.
Well, here you telling her take that.
The youngest can't smoke. The youngest can't smoke a butt naked, baby. Like, you gonna need the funnel too, baby. You gonna need the funnel. You got to catch it for this funnel.
No.
That is fun.
The little thin slippers, child. The little thin ass cheap joints with the net over it and shit. And the little flower. I know what you're talking about. The hair store joints. Yeah, all that.
Chow said the best part of driving is the boss can't sneak up on you. He got to sell. That's where I'm at.
Wellness Wednesday, y'all.
They get sidetracked. It's so
man, we don't need to talk about here again like they came the other day, man. God damn.
We talking about addiction.
He said he was addicted to sex, and then that was it. That was all. They went south after that. Y'all started my numbers went up, and how much and da. From the clip, what the clip was saying was they put a mouse in a cage, basically, and they basically starved the mouse damn near. So due to that starvation, the mouse was referring to the drug water. So he was drinking the drug water just because he was bored. He was isolated from everybody. But the minute they put him in an environment where he can scribe and eat as much as he want, he didn't never drink the water not one time. Not none of them did. So they were saying that's the same thing with us. Like when we isolated from a lot of people and family and stuff like that, we tend to draw our addiction to probably television, phones. I don't know who it can be eating, it can be smoking, but it's gonna be some type of addiction that we're gonna draw to. And I think that's true because I had a friend. He said the only reason you smoke because you bored. I said, nah, I smoke because I like to smoke. He said, nah, you bored. And he said, I'm gonna prove it. And I ain't paid no attention. We out LA. We was out having fun the whole day. We ended up getting a hotel, stayed in there, went out the next day, stayed out, then we went back. I ain't noticed I ain't smoked the whole time. He said, you see that? I said, damn, yeah, because I'm out having a good time. I'm around people, just enjoying life. I not one time had to smoke. It was the minute we got in the house and we got bored, like we ain't doing nothing, we chilling, like let me roll up one. You know, so I do find that to be true. The more you're around people and you doing things and you active, you don't be drawn to that addiction. It don't matter if it's eating, smoking, whatever it might be, you won't even think about it.
Yeah, you on point with that one. Reese?
Well, okay, I'm thinking like, even though we out with our girls, because it's a natural thing, your body get hungry. So you're gonna have to stop to eat. You're gonna have to, to do the normal things. So my thing is, addiction is stuff that you can live without or you don't need every day. And sometimes our addiction to food.
So you don't think you can be addicted to food? That don't mean you can't eat when you're hungry, but when you eating just because you bored, just because you sitting around and doing it, that still can be addiction.
I put it like this though. I know I use smoke to deal with coping mechanisms. Like sometimes the job is stressful. I know I need to hit me with Jay to come in this motherfucker in the morning to be able not to cuss nobody out.
Yeah, that's work. You isolated from the real world.
Because if I'm sober and I'm dealing with these residents, sometimes I could be a little anxious. Maybe my niceness might come off, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm high, they say something crazy to me, it's like, whatever. But you sober. What you say? All right.
Better what you were saying, Reese.
I was saying the addiction part comes from overdoing it or doing it in excess. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a mood stabilizer. If I can eat my breakfast, lunch, and dinner because you got to eat whatever meals you eating when your body tells you you're hungry.
Yeah.
But when I used to get upset, I would go and grab chips. Oh, this motherfucker, and you sitting there working and snacking because, you busy. You're not bored. You're working, but you're emotionally upset at the time. So, certain food help calms it down. Or when you happy, you're like, yay! The first thing we do when we happy, we celebrate. We go eat. Let's go out to eat. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. That food was a thing for us. We eat when we happy. We eat when we sad. We eat in between eating. I mean, that's where the addiction grew, the excess for me. I can't talk about nobody else because I wasn't addicted to drinking, smoking, anything or anything else other than the food because it was a mood stabilizer for me.
Yeah, that's for a lot of people.
So,
You're sad, Trey, you get your big bowl of ice cream.
You said what?
So you get sad, you get your big bowl of ice cream?
Nah, I go walk or get out, get some fresh air, bike ride, swim, or, get out, get some fresh air, get under the sun.
Yeah, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I was in Vegas.
Yeah, you can work your way out of anything.
If he smoked everywhere he went, you can smoke in the streets. I had pick smoking right next to the cops. Yeah. You got to smoke. I absolutely couldn't smoke if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Child saying he gonna have to smoke.
He had to be somewhere he absolutely cannot smoke, yeah, if he wanted to.
I mean, put it like this. It's just like I went on a cruise and I would spend 7 days not smoking. And that was the hardest thing I thought I would have. But when you do have a lot of activist things, it can't help with the addiction or whatever you going. It'll subside it though. Because when I was on the cruise, it was so many things to do. The last thing I was thinking about was smoking.
Yeah, I like the funny movies and stuff too. Or
And for
just
Foodaholic, they have so many different restaurants and different things on the cruise for a Foodaholic. You be like, oh, look
Oh
at
my
this,
God,
look at that,
yes.
buffets.
Did,
So I
did
was
you ever go
through
to the
all
Prime, the
night
steak?
long buffets. So
And then they got the steak. They got the steakhouse too, but you could actually get a 3-course meal for like $49.99. But the steak, yeah. But
on
then
the
even the
cruise.
regular meals when they be coming out and they be dancing and shit and singing and all that before they serve the food, those meals are good too. But then
It's
you got the
for
pizza
Foodaholic.
stand, the burger stand. You got the what else they be having in no cruises though?
The bake shop. I like the
The
bakery
deli.
where you get
Yeah.
milkshakes and slices of cake in the middle of the damn night, decadent
Yes.
slices of cake.
Look,
Woo-hoo.
the deli sandwiches, they was good too.
The pizza parlor be up.
But the
They
pizza is the
be
one that stay open the whole night, damn near all night. Yeah.
So for a Foodaholic, for somebody that loves food or is a foodie,
And then
we got
and then they also got the seafood joint too. Like if you want to get fried shrimp, calamari, lobster tail, they got that little seafood joint too.
yeah, but I'm allergic to that, so I stayed away from that junk.
Oh man, you can't get you a good shrimp or you can't get you a good crab cake. Man,
Nope.
isn't that a shame that you're allergic to seafood and you from Maryland? That's crazy.
yeah.
Damn. So
Crazy.
you never had the experience eating crabs with the hood sauce. Never got the experience that mayonnaise, ketchup, Old Bay seasoning, a little mustard, a little vinegar. You ain't get to experience that.
No, when I was little, we didn't. I got it at 5. Didn't eat no more after 5, so they wasn't doing that back then. So no, I didn't. No, I
I'm gonna
seen
bring you.
Nisha and my son
We
do
gonna
it. I know
we
how they
gonna
do
bring you.
it.
We gonna
I
bring
don't.
you 2 bottles of Benadryl. We're gonna load you up on Benadryl. We gonna get
Hell
bitches.
no, I ain't risking my life.
No,
Uh
I just
uh
play.
uh.
I keep a pen with me, man.
I got an
Soon,
EpiPen too, but still,
as soon as you start having, I'm just gonna be like this. Pew, pew. Come on, that theater. Now go ahead, finish that crab leg before we go to that emergency room.
No, you ain't killing me, Corey. Okay,
Nah,
but
I ain't talking to you.
back to the topic of head, Corey. Stop squirreling, Corey. You getting me off track. You're talking about the addiction now.
Well, okay, I thought that's what we talk. What we talking about now? I'm sorry. What's going on, brother?
We were talking about the addiction, different addictions, and I was saying that my addiction was addicted to food, and I say was because, believe it or not, as big as I am, I don't eat like you think I would eat, like a big girl would eat. A lot of times I don't eat. I can go a long time without eating. And yesterday, I don't know. Remember when I said I was getting hot? My sugar dropped all the way down to 53, and I didn't even know it. I could have fell out in here on the
Yeah,
on the
yeah, you needed a piece of
with
candy or
Molly
something.
and Trey, and I,
You
I, I
needed a
didn't
piece of candy.
I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. Oh no! I had some juice with regular sugar in it. I drunk that and set my ass still for like 20 minutes. I hope help start bringing it up. I was like, so if I next time I know if I
You know
get
what you need to keep to bring. You know what you need to buy that's gonna bring that joint, and this is real good. But it's the sweetest thing that's out here. Keep you a Kilmo lemonade. You take a swig of that, your shit going right the fuck back. Oh shit! I didn't even know. Yeah,
only
you know.
lemonade. The only lemonade I drink is Molly Moss lemonade now and Molly Moss sea moss.
Is that the one with the sea moss? Is that the one that got the sea moss in it?
Just the tea with the sea moss, yes sir.
Yes, I know all about that. I think the bottle costs like $10, but it's good though. It's healthy.
Well, Molly, I get it from my man Molly, and I get it
Okay,
from him
okay.
because he makes it fresh and direct. And you're right, but it's worth every dollar.
You probably
Better
get it from
than
some.
yesterday. I seen it's pretty good though, but consistently you can't. I learned you got consistently.
Corey, I can't hear what you say. You sounding like a robot and you breaking up. Okay. It's the connection.
Kill Mo lemonade, basically the opposite of my lemonade. That's that motherfucker straight Kool-Aid. That shit, yeah, they love it though. In all the stores around like my neighborhood, that's why I'm getting my lemonades in there. They be messing with us, you know. You just gotta make sure your labels and stuff right and everything good. Yeah,
I would want for to say kill anything. Kill Mo, like when my son's drinking that.
That's an expression out here.
Yeah, that's what we say out here in the South. We like kill Mo, but you say kill our mother, and the older dudes made us stop saying it. You like kill my mother. You ain't hear people say that. They like nah, so people just start saying kill Mo. You know. Now they got kill Mo news, kill Mo lemonade. That's that motherfucking diabetes.
In a bottle. All they say that this sugar. That's that sugar. Look, who said that? You don't want that foot. Look,
that's Tracy Morgan. Yeah, that's that sugar.
I lost.
They gonna take that foot. You don't want that foot.
Oh, you know what? I didn't lose a toe to diabetes, so I lost the toe. Well, then maybe I did because of the neuropathy. Maybe I did. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back with the wellness Wednesday and the sphere of addiction.
Child say, watch your sugar. We need you around here, boo.
Yeah, it went down to 53. And usually I shake or I would know something. But I was sitting here talking to Molly and Trey, and I was like, "Woo, I gotta take my wig off." I was like, "Ooh, I'm getting hot." I did not. Look, I gotta be careful.
Come out here is kill my landlord.
What's up, Slicky?
Kill my landlord.
You crazy, man. We can just go to another clip then. That's my last one for the day. I got yours in private chat.
Why American chicken has been banned in Europe since 1997. When you look at the packaging on chicken, you'll commonly see in the United States up to 6 or 7% retained water. That's not just extra moisture. It means after slaughter, U.S. chickens are dumped in chlorinated chemical baths to cool them down and sanitize them. During that soak, they absorb this toxic water, and legally up to 7% of it can stay in the meat. So you're not just eating chicken, you're eating chlorinated water, and you're paying for it by the pound. The EU saw this and decided to ban it entirely back in 1997. If you want to avoid this, go to your local butcher and farmer's market and buy a pasture-raised, air-chilled chicken. It's cooled naturally in a refrigerated room, so there's no chemicals, no water rate. You're avoiding that toxicity. If you found this helpful, comment the word email below, and I'll add you to my daily uncensored email newsletter where we dive deep into topics just like this.
Wait, can we play that again? I was hearing echoing. Did y'all hear that?
Right? Nah, I ain't no echo. Let me try again though. Make sure you ain't got nothing playing in the back, do you? You don't still hear echo, do you?
No. Well,
here's why American chicken has been banned in Europe since 19.
Yeah, what you got the show playing somewhere?
I know what she means. It's more so the it's more so the I forgot what it is. It's more so the just how the mids is turned up a little bit. Like it's not an echo technically, but it's I know what she's saying. I can hear the words though.
So say it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear like that's what I mean. Yeah, child, I can hear the echo, but I mean it ain't really.
Yeah. Hold on, then I'm see if I mute my mic and do it. See if it works.
1997. When you look at the packaging on chicken, you'll commonly see in the United States up to 6 or 7% retained water. That's not just extra moisture. It means after slaughter, U.S. chickens are dunked in chlorinated chemical baths to cool them down and sanitize them. During that soak, they absorb this toxic water, and legally up to 7% of it can stay in the meat. So you're not just eating chicken, you're eating chlorinated water, and you're paying for it by the pound. The EU saw this and decided to ban it entirely back in 1997. If you want to avoid this, go to your local butcher and farmer's market and buy a pasture-raised, air-chilled chicken. It's cooled naturally in refrigerated rooms, so there's no chemicals, no water rate. You're avoiding that toxicity. If you found this helpful, comment the word email below, and I'll add you to my daily uncensored email newsletter where we dive deep into topics just like this.
Wow.
Mhm.
That explains a lot for me. Look, I'm gonna be hitting up the butcher shop now, butcher and the Amish market, because I used to always tell Misha, because when I used to while cleaning the chicken, the chicken be so green, it tastes different for one, and the color of it is different versus when you get from the Amish market, because their chickens are supposed to be fresh and all of that. It may be smaller and it may be pale, but I guess that's the color it's supposed to be. And it don't have all that greasy stuff on it, and it tastes differently. The chicken from the Amish market tastes really good and fresh. It don't. Wow, I did not know that water. Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Yeah, so all y'all munchers, y'all chowing down, looking to where your shit come from.
And I know the
Drink so
chicken
much
from all
chlorine in
those fast
pools.
food restaurants come
Scott,
from there.
I drink so much chlorine in pools.
Ooh.
I'm surprised your ass ain't feel sick either. It's probably mixed with a little pee and shit too.
Hey Scott.
But that chlorine on that. I ain't know specifically about the chlorine baths, but I know about a lot of the injections and stuff.
Yeah.
And still like hormone injections and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, all I can do is keep going to the butcher shop.
Mm-hmm.
What I know what they doing. You can see them do it right there in the window and all of that. So I mean, go what you know. Y'all get online, start looking around for a better place to get your shit. But that's what I was talking about yesterday, because people don't really they get it, oh my god, but still don't change shit. So I don't know that, but yeah, look around, see what's around in your area. Somebody can transport something for you. Somebody got connections to something, and you can get it. Like if people really want to make change, that's a good video, Molly.
There was, like I said, I like the Amish market. It's good. It might be a little high, but if I gotta pay a little more to stay alive, I guess it's worth it.
The salt water in the ocean, so it balances out. Anybody have any alternatives they changed up? Anything they switched up? I stopped going. I'm trying to convert my family over to fully going to the butcher shop instead of like messing around with the regular grocery stores and stuff, because they
Yeah,
doing a lot to your food.
not a lot of people like clean their chicken anyway though. I don't know how can you drain that water out over that, but don't they like be cleaning their chicken before they cook it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
you're
problem is
supposed
the
to clean
solution
it.
is getting
It's,
in, just like you would marinate your chicken. The
Yeah.
chlorinated water, they say, is getting in it and being just naturally embedded in it because of the wash.
Oh, okay. I
That's so
ain't know
that's why.
any type of way they can get rid of that.
Out. Yeah,
why did they say they wash it with chlorine water? Was is it?
because you killing whatever, instead of getting rid of chickens, you can sell them all by ensuring that you ain't gonna have a problem by giving them a chlorine bath, which you're not supposed to want to do to your chickens, which is covering up the fact that they're really not going through the right process to process these chickens in the first place. But it's like them protecting themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know that's one thing we love is chicken. So I thought that'd be something we should share. But I thought somebody probably had some little solutions. Like one thing is going to the farmers market. That's the best one. Or the
Yeah.
farmers market. And there's no way you can clean it off. So I don't know no other solutions other than not eating it. So if you're eating chicken, I think you should go ahead and really invest in getting your chicken off the farm. I don't know about how the fish work because you don't want fish from the farm stuff, so you
Yeah.
want natural fish.
In
You don't
butcher
want,
shops, you have a fish too.
yeah, and I don't know. Oh, okay, the
The
butcher
wall,
shop.
the people at the wharf.
Yeah, the wharf here, we definitely have it close where we
Yeah.
at. It's too much fish down here. We got more than enough. But
But
yeah,
we
I
got to
think that's
consider the people that don't live around bodies of water either. So
yeah.
that which doesn't we in Maryland, we're going to have access to whatever water based whatever we want. But
Like in the
in terms of
Midwest, like people in the Midwest and stuff, how they have
yeah,
to
like
get
people that's out in different places
stuff
that might not
shipped into
have,
there.
and I don't know where butcher shops expand to. Mostly all the people that's on here in the East Coast. So, I'm talking to general people. There's still a market somewhere. There's still some type of, resource. Somebody can store something for you, get it from another time. They drop it off to you. I mean, that's where the real networking comes in. And people so everybody, throw their hands up, but they're going to eat the shit later.
He said, I
So,
love chicken myself. That
barbecue and
barbecue. Teriyaki. It's hard to let go, man. I let it go. It's been 11 years now for me, and it ain't easy. I think chicken was the hardest thing I had to let go. Definitely, I used to get them wings, the all flats, Outback wings. I used to punish them joints.
Yep.
So I know it ain't easy, but if it's healthier, it ain't that chicken bad. It's the motherfuckers who preparing it for, who packaging it for us. Cause you be like, how Granny and them was able to eat this shit and live good, and they was okay, and now you starting to see that's because this chicken didn't go through these speedy processes. Like now they want everything to be fast, and then at the same time they don't want nothing to spoil. Like that, everything supposed to go bad. You can't have a loaf of
grilled
bread
instead of
that's
fried.
bad for 2 months. If it's still 2 months and your bread ain't starting to mold up, you shouldn't be eating it. Now they got bread that you can ball up in your fist and let go, and then
Okay,
fold right
Scott, you from Roanoke. Okay.
Like a sponge.
Oh no, there's a lot of y'all out here.
He got an alternative. He say start doing grilled instead of fried. That's all alternative.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any alternatives? Anything they switched up?
Grilled instead of fried. That's good.
That's good. We were just talking about grilled.
Is baked better?
Baked, of course, baked is better than fried.
It really don't. Between grilled and fried, it don't really matter because you're not using grease for the grilled and the fried.
Okay.
So and and it's still with the grill, you still really that's a flavor thing versus just cooking thing. Usually you flavor because you want that charcoal taste on it. You want that people put wood chips and shit like that in their grills. I feel like personally feel like it's more of a taste thing for the grill. But it's not based and dipped in or battered and all of that type of shit like fried chicken and fried other fried foods. So I feel like it's still better.
It is better. The doctor tell you a grill is better. Like fresh versus frozen vegetables versus canned vegetables. I made a transition. I never use canned vegetables anyway.
Yeah, I use air fryer a lot.
I always use fresh vegetables. Or if you can't get fresh, then you get frozen. But just stay away from the can. That's the transition that I made a minute ago. With a lot of things, because a lot of stuff is processed, and to get those food and stuff, they think in the can, even the preservatives, to make whatever they put in the can so it can last longer. Not only are you eating the canned vegetables, you're eating whatever they put in there to keep that stuff lasting longer. Just like y'all talking about the bread that don't mold or sponge back out. So whatever they putting in the food, we're putting it in us. So I've been making slow changes, slowly but surely. The changes that I can live with, I do it gradually.
What's some of the alternatives that you changed?
Sugar. I don't use regular sugar. I got a big bag of Splenda, and my sugar, it's getting old in there. We don't, when I'm cooking and stuff, I don't even put Splenda in my coffee. I may put it in the tea sometime. And when people come over, I still, got it. But we made that switch. I used to have to put tons and tons of sugar in my coffee. We used to say, you want sugar? You want coffee in your sugar? You said David Green must be it. Oh no, Rodney.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting cold.
I gotta get a better
I'm not
intro.
gonna know if I can. My mom was
Had to get a better one.
different year from my own past.
Yeah, definitely need a better intro.
Better than that doo-wop shit
Mama.
yesterday, that elevator
Yeah,
shit.
that was better.
So you better take it or leave it for right now. until
We
we add
working
some
on
shit
it. We
to
gonna
this.
get that worked out.
It's gonna
Molly.
get
I gotta-
activated. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't
for
worry
sure,
about it.
for sure.
Yeah,
How
what's up, though,
everybody
Mike?
doing, family?
Good for real.
Everybody.
And they cut down on sodas and drinking more water now. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up. That's some
Yeah,
water
that's-
right here. About to
Yeah,
drink some tea though.
You know, taking a break. Had to do some painting, getting my house ready for Friday. You know, see my daughter go off for prom, so I'm excited.
Big day.
Yeah, buddy.
You paint the house. You going all out, Joker.
Nah, I'm not painting the house. Nah, I had a crack in my living room, so I had the people come and fix the crack. But then they put new drywall up, so you got to paint it. So
That's how
You
Vicky
know what
gets
I'm
you to
saying?
do the whole house. Come around. This room need paint too.
dude, we
This
just
room need-
painted the house, man. We literally just painted the house maybe like last year, I think. Yeah, painted everything. So she good. Trust me.
Okay.
That damn painter was not cheap. I wish I liked painting. I hate painting with all my passion. It's like I do anything but paint. I can't stand it. Takes too much patience, and if y'all don't know me, I ain't got a lot of patience.
Yeah, I don't do that paint shit.
Yeah, the whole time I'm trying to think how can I get it done faster. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Chout Bout? How you doing, sir? But you know, everything good. I heard y'all talking. So y'all, what y'all talking about? Things you gave up?
Addictions and things, healthy changes that we, make it. Because Rodney, I feel like when I saw this video when Molly showed about the chicken, what they doing to the chicken, it made me clench my pearls. Because y'all, chicken is one of my favorite meats.
What? Because they injecting the chickens?
No,
that's what it was?
they're doing
And
chlorine baths.
just how they have them washed, and we was trying to find other alternatives we can do. But Trey was saying that it ain't nothing you can do about it, like washing wise. But the alternative, the guy in the video said, just get chicken from your local farms, Armors Markets and places like that. In the grocery store, it still carry like 6% of whatever bad of 7%.
Of that bag of chlorine water.
Yeah, so it's like somebody said, shit, I got a lot of chlorine just hanging in the pool growing up.
Yes, Scotty said that. He drunk a lot of chlorine.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you cook your shit. I mean,
no, not even cooking out.
When you cooking it, it's gonna destroy all that shit anyway.
No, not if it's soaked in the meat. It's in the chicken. That's why.
That's what I'm asking. Is any way, like, if you wash the chicken thoroughly and cook it, do it like burn out or get rid of it? I don't know. But.
It does. So a lot of bacteria and all that kind of stuff, and even chemicals, can't survive after a certain heat. That's why they can use it on that. Because chicken, you're supposed to cook to 170 degrees. A lot of bacteria and all kind, and even the preservatives and shit that they put in there. I mean, yes, you're still getting it, but yeah, it kills a lot of it if you cook once you cook it, because like a lot of that stuff is like y'all know I deal with food every day, so I mean I'm just being honest with you. Some people don't want to hear that shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's the truth. If you're cooking your shit and you're cooking it thoroughly, you're gonna get rid of the majority of all that bullshit, and it's all gonna have it on it. Like I was watching a joint yesterday about vegetables, and they was talking about, don't buy vegetables at the grocery store because the flies won't even eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? So and I was like, hey, they got a point. Yeah, they do. They spray all kinds of shit on the vegetables and stuff to try to preserve them, make them last longer, this, that, and the other. And you got to. I mean, unless you're gonna start growing your own shit, or you go to like the farmer's market or
you right about that, Gerald.
Butcher or some shit like that, you gonna find all that shit. I mean, it's dead.
Yeah, that's a good one, JC.
And it's crazy how much shit we import to different countries. They filling it up, and we buy here. We getting fucking chicken and shit from other countries. So you think they're not pumping that shit up with stuff just to make it last to get to where it's coming and this, that, and the other? You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest imported thing to China that we send is pork. You know what I'm saying? We send pork to China because they're willing to pay 3 times the price to get it, just like we get fish and shrimp and fucking crabs from Indonesia and places like in Venezuela and all these places like that. You think they're not pumping and spraying that shit before they send it? Absolutely, because they need it to stay. So I mean, you know, it is what it is, unless you're gonna go out there and really like I guess what some of y'all said is go to your local butcher or go to a local person that's growing it themselves, you know. But if you buying it from that, even tomatoes, man, tomatoes ain't the same. You go to a real place and buy a tomato and then buy a tomato from the grocery store, it ain't even the same fucking species. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't even close to the same. And you just talking about something as simple as a tomato. How you think they keep them tomatoes for months and months and months? Yeah, they spraying that shit. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know.
Eat what you like. Eat what you like. God the way you do.
That's slicky. I think that's why we gotta be educated on all this stuff. Because our kids and their kids gonna be eating these things, and they can eat better than we doing right now. Because we ain't know too much, you know. But now we got a little more knowledge, and they got more access to information. I think they'd do better, you know. Like they doing it to the vegetables just as well as the meat, and a lot of people, you know, like, hey, you can. Well, you know they doing it to this too. Yeah, I'm not trying to eat that shit neither. And is there any way that we can get bad at? Like you said, with the if you add heat to the chlorine, that'll kill it. With the vegetables, they gotta add baking soda, vinegar, and all this extra stuff, but it's worth it. You know, it's like that's what you gotta do because we ain't got access to local growers like that. That's what we gotta do. But we gotta at least let people know. It ain't like back in the day how grandma and them probably used to do it. They can cook it real quick and clean it and it be done. Now you got to go take a couple of extra steps, but it's worth it if it's going to keep you from getting sick later on. So,
hey, I don't give a fuck what they do to my bacon. As long as it fry up the way it normally fry, I'm good.
Buy local and buy fresh. Amish market, local butchers, buy local and buy fresh. That's the only thing I can tell people.
Yeah, absolutely.
To do.
Rodney.
On the way down the street, the vegetables, fields, people got setting they selling their wares on the side of the road. I don't know if the Amish too, or the Mennonites, or you stand. I remember I went to a stand and they had all these different kind of vegetables, and these was fresh vegetables. We went down there to get those fresh watermelons from the farm down. It was down St. Mary's, kind of country though, but you know.
Rodney.
Yeah.
So being somebody that's worked in restaurants and stuff like that, you know about like the chemicals and stuff like that.
Do I know what chemicals in it? I know a lot of things are pumped.
No. I'm saying like the chemicals and stuff in your like things that you use for surfaces and your food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like ocean stuff. Do you know what's in the? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. It's like I don't know if you have like fruit and stuff that y'all wash and stuff like that there or anything like that, but it's called antimicrobial solution that you'll put. I mean, I know it's for microbes, obviously, because it's antimicrobial, but I don't know what that consists of. I will look it up, but I don't feel like getting off of here. I was just wondering if you know. I know it's you wash fruit and stuff.
I'm not. So there's certain ones that are like there's like we have one that's strictly for the tables and stuff like that. Is not to be put on any kind of food touch surfaces.
Yeah, and we talking like the ocean stuff, like
that. We had the one because we got the one that kills corona. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that joint is something different.
Yeah.
You know, you can't put that on. You can't put that on the cutting board.
Yeah,
we have a different joint for the cutting board. I'll be honest with you. I know it's made for that. I don't really know what's in it. I have no idea. I could actually look and get back to you next week. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
next week. But But we do have something different for the cutting boards and the food play surface with a prep station and stuff like that. And then we have something for the tables, but that is more, the stuff for the tables is more concerned about, we got guests, during the day we can have, at that one table, you can have 30, 40 different guests going in that one table, and that's just making sure that shit ain't being passed, as far as, flu, that goes for like flu, corona, all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's more worried about. But yeah,
Okay. I was just wondering. I'll look into it after I get off of here. But I ain't know if you knew about about it, because I've seen it different places, but not really. And I ain't know what are the contents of that. I'm wondering shit that I'm washing shit with when I'm prepping stuff at work. I'm wondering what the fuck, I'm not necessarily eating all of it, but some of the stuff I do wonder, like, what the fuck is it?
I never think about it. Me myself, I'm a big advocate on just making sure that stuff is cooked properly.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, because you don't know be honest with you. You don't know what that slaughterhouse looked like. That was, especially when you're doing these mass, you're going to buying stuff from like Purdue or Tyson's, and this, that, and the other. That slaughterhouse, you have no idea. They
just got shut down. They plant in Virginia because they found every boarhead. It didn't pass the codes, and a lot of people got sick. And
you're passing shit. You're passing millions of chickens. You know what I'm saying? Millions of chickens, and I guarantee that shit. Even in my restaurant, shit gets messy when we're busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets messy. You got to clean it up afterwards, or whatever the case may be. But you don't know what happened to that chicken even before it even gets to you. So it's really about that chicken. I'm just saying chicken, but I mean the same for steak, fish, everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to cook it properly and make sure that if you're doing that, you're killing the majority of the things, because bacteria and all that can't live in certain heats. That's why they tell you to cook something to a specific temperature. You know what I'm saying? Because it can't live in that heat. It can't, So, that's just what I would, because I even tell people that, and even though, yes, my kitchen staff does wear gloves and this, that, and the other, gloves are false protection.
Alcohol,
you know what I'm saying? Because a person can touch something. Let's say you touch something nasty and you have a glove on, you don't even feel it. Like me as a chef, I am 100% advocate on I don't wear gloves. Now, I wash my hands. I don't have no open cuts, but I don't wear gloves because I don't believe that if I touch something nasty, I'm going to feel it on my hand and wash my hand. I know I'm sanitary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do get it. Some people are not that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are not that, and they won't. They'll keep on going with it. Yeah, you wear a glove, but then they do the same thing with a glove. If you have a glove and you touch salmonella and then you touch you're going to pass it on to whatever you're doing, no matter what. And to me, you're more apt to, when you touch something nasty, to wash your hands if you don't have a glove on than if you do. A lot of people,
I treat it the same way though. In the kitchen.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you personally.
I know you're not talking about me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I mean, it just drives me crazy when a person is like, they better be wearing gloves and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, the glove does not protect you at all. It don't protect you at all.
And also, it gives you a false sense of protection. You're right, because you touching other stuff, and you still, because you thinking, oh, I got the glove on, but you still cross contamination, or people touch money and then go back to touching food. So what? You got a glove on. You supposed to take.
That's people's training, though. I feel like
every time you leave your station, you're supposed to take them gloves off if you're touching anything outside of your station or where you're supposed to be working with the glove. If you scratch your head like that,
right, Gerald,
the glove's supposed to come off.
Gerald said we don't have no idea what they're doing in the drive-thru either when they're preparing the food. You ain't got no idea what's going on the other side of that wall.
They're taking money and food at the same time.
My thing is, you don't got no idea what happened even before it got there. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Like I see slaughterhouses though, exactly what they sound like. Slaughterhouses. They are not pristine. They're not
clean the way you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit everywhere, literally.
Blood on the floor.
So 9 times out of 10. the when you get to the Burger King or whatever the case may be, that's the cleanest spot that chicken been through the whole journey. You know what I'm saying? That's the cleanest spot there. People don't realize that the cleanest spot is when you get to the motherfucking restaurant. Because before the restaurant, even out there, I mean, let's get on the fucking cow is out in the pasture. They kill that motherfucker and then put him in a shitty ass truck and port it to wherever it's going to be butchered. Wherever it's going to be butchered is shitty. You know what I'm saying? By the time it gets to the Burger King, shit, that's the cleanest place it's been.
Right
You know in my opinion, I mean, I'm just giving my opinion.
Right now.
So people focused on that shit. Let's get focused on the real thing. And like you said, going to a real butcher or a real person that will break the meat down, you know where it's been, you know what you call it is the better solution, 100%. But in reality, it's not the most economical because you are going to pay more at a butcher, but rightfully so.
But
rightfully so.
Oh, I thought you left the bathroom light on. Something.
It's worth it in the Amish market. It's worth it because I'll be looking at my chicken, but it's worth and it tastes better. Amish versus supermarket. We did the taste test. Fat people, me and Misha doing. I did all kinds of taste tests.
Mr. Research.
Back in the day,
I screenshotted that, Scott, so I can look at some of those things myself. Because some of those I can pronounce them, but I don't know at all what some of them mean. So thank you. Joe said my uncle had a farm, and when animals are sick, they're quick to kill and cook it.
When they sick, they supposed to kill and get rid of it.
Nah, you cook that shit. You cook that shit before getting them. Man, nobody throwing them. You think these niggas throw them cows away when they sick? Fuck no. They kill that shit.
Hell no.
Send that shit, wrap that shit up right to you.
This is a part of that bath, chlorine bath. That's why I was
that's
like,
how they got the mad cow disease. It's supposed to get rid of it because it's not.
And I guarantee you ate a mad cow steak before. You done had some mad cow milk. You done had all that shit. That's why they put all that shit in there. Yeah, because they know that shit, guy. That's why
it's bleached and all that. Milk is not white.
Exactly. That's why shit. You think you ain't never had mad cow or crazy chicken or none of that shit? Yeah, hell yeah, you have. You think they get rid of that
crazy chicken?
Hey, you think they get rid of that shit? Fuck no. They walk in there and it's a dead chicken. They put that motherfucker right in processing. They don't even ask why that shit died. They don't even give a fuck. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They ain't supposed to eat no dead bird.
You know what I'm doing? No, that'll be ground beef. By the time we put all the shit we gonna put in that ground beef or that ground chicken, you know what I'm saying? Even at the butcher. If you go to my stepfather was a butcher. And he used to tell me all the time, don't eat that rotisserie chicken. Because that rotisserie chicken is the old chicken they couldn't sell. The shit they got on the fryer, what you call it? That's all the old shit that they couldn't sell. You know what I'm saying? And they'll take something that's out of date, especially steaks, take something that's out of date, put some red dye in that motherfucker and put it on both sides and package that shit right back up. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, all that shit happens. But guess what? You still gotta eat. It ain't gonna stop me. I know it's there. And I look right at it and be like, I don't really fuck with the rotisserie shit though. But you know, but I mean, hey man, let's be honest. Like shit, you wanna eat, you gonna eat. Sometimes you ain't gonna die every time, you know. Just
I mean, but once in a while. You gotta kill it anyway for that. Anything. You ain't gonna eat a live fish.
It ain't like
no. What I mean by it's being sick and it died, and then you take it and cook it. You supposed when you go fishing. You ain't supposed to eat dead.
You ever been fishing?
Cousins do that.
You ever been fishing?
You ain't supposed to eat dead animals.
No. What I'm saying, y'all not listening. That died before you get to it. That's why they call slaughterhouses because we killed the animals. You're not supposed to eat animals that's already dead, that you didn't kill. Is what I'm saying.
Everything y'all eat been already killed. That's what I'm saying. Anything you buy from the farmer's market, all that shit, they already killed it for you.
Right? They slaughtered it. That's slaughter. But I'm saying, like, say you come across a dead chicken, be like, oh, that's you're not supposed to.
I don't think they be doing unless it's roadkill and the dead's still alive. If it's still alive and they gotta kill it, they will, because they know it ain't gone
That's
bad yet.
different.
But if it's already dead, they won't eat it because
But
the meat
you know,
is
eating dead stuff. And
Who won't eat it? The question is, who won't eat it?
You're gonna die.
If that farmer walks out on his pasture and that cow is dead, that motherfucker's gonna process that shit and send it to you today.
Oh, God.
Send it to you today. He is not gonna take that cow and go, oh, I'm gonna lose this money. No, not at all. He's gonna take that cow and process that bitch and
Yeah,
send
the
it to
trauma is in the animals too. That's why I'm not really too big on eating a whole bunch of excessive nothing really, because I believe the chemical reaction the animal gets when the nose is about to be slaughtered is transferred into your food too, I believe.
into you.
Yeah, you don't cook that out.
All that fear and all that. And some
Yeah.
people don't believe in it, but
Bullshit.
it makes sense because organic is happy cows and happy chickens. Like,
oh shit,
why
you
they
need
meat
to
taste
get
better?
some meat
'Cause they
tenderizer and beat that trauma right out of that meat.
happy.
You could have said beat that meat like you was about to say.
He had a good question though. He said, "Do y'all actually like chicken or do y'all like the seasoning?"
Yeah, that's what Gerald was touching on a few times. He was
Because
on
a lot
both
of
them
people,
comments.
he's thinking, would you eat chicken without seasoning?
Because none of that stuff tastes like anything when you eat it by itself. It's not gonna taste like no barbecue shit or no,
Nah, I got you.
It's gonna
bro.
taste like flesh.
Yeah, that's why that vegan chicken
man.
tastes like chicken to me. And once you
I don't
season it,
I ain't eating that. You gonna talk about some shit that's bullshit. I ain't gonna eat no
Ain't
fake
shit.
shit. You know what I'm saying? They even
It ain't fake. It's just
I'm good. I'm not eating that shit. I'm not eating that shit. If I'm gonna eat tofu for tofu, I don't want to know tofu chicken or no tofu ribs or
why not?
ribs. None of that shit. If I'm gonna
What's
eat
the difference? What's the difference having roasted chicken, grilled chicken, chopped chicken, this chicken, that chicken?
Don't show me some name soy. Like I can name my cow. That's Brutus right there. I'm about to eat me some Brutus bake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or some porky. That's porky right there. No, you can't name tofu. Tofu is just bullshit. That was some soy.
Nah, it ain't it's mushrooms. You know, it's like when Mario be running and he get the mushroom. You see why he grow bigger and stronger.
I like my mushrooms.
You see that when you get a green mushroom, you get an extra life. You see, you get extra life when you eat the mushroom, and that's what they are. You can use them to make burgers too.
I like my mushrooms on top of my steak.
I thought you were gonna say peace.
Nah, I like my on top of my steak. That's salad on top of my burger. That's it.
I'm gonna try that
vegetables are
mushroom.
just
They said
sides.
it tastes like chicken. They said was it lion's mushroom?
Don't eat that
it's a tall stringy one that they cut.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna find that.
It's actually pretty good.
Try it.
I do like the lion's mushroom. I like them. But other than that, I don't like that soy shit. When they make ribs out
But I
of
realize
soy,
it's really a texture thing. You eat things for the texture.
Oh yeah, protein.
And the
Like
taste
that
that
shit
it, and how it tastes in the taste, because you'll never eat you never just throw a shrimp on the pan and not put no Old Bay or nothing on it.
You can still
You
eat
never gonna
pancakes
cook
and
fried no
be
chicken and just not, no.
You can still eat pancakes, man. You can still be vegan. It ain't got eggs and all that in it, but it tastes just like a pancake to me. It got better
Every time
ingredients
you
in it.
say it tastes like something is when I don't want it. I want the actual thing.
No,
You know
what I'm saying is it's
Like,
better ingredients.
Nah,
It's
I don't want
basically
nothing
like
that tastes like
how
a
the
pancake. I just
UK,
want a
when we
fucking
shared the
pancake.
video, there's a whole country that don't allow our chicken to be sold in their country because it's bad for their citizens. What I'm saying is the Doritos, they still taste like our Doritos, but they just ain't got bad chemicals in it. That's the point that y'all missing. It still tastes like our Doritos, but you would think, oh no, I want the red 40 dye in it. I want all the pork. No, it still can give you everything else, but with natural ingredients. You just substituting with the bullshit they put in it with a natural ingredient. Just try it. That's all I'm saying. It might not work if it's nasty.
Allegedly.
Don't try it. I just tried some nasty shit, and I be like, nah, that ain't gonna work. But for the ones that work, I be sharing it. These pancakes everywhere now. They in your local grocery stores everywhere. And they only like $5. If they ain't no good, at least you can make them for your kids. Kids don't cook these days. I'm just telling you, man. I don't know these people. I don't advertise for motherfuckers.
Pickle coochie.
Somebody.
He said, Gerald was like, "I'll be glad when they put coochie in a can or a jar." He called it pickle coochie.
You want a six pack of coochie.
See, that's
Back of pussy.
That's still pork. See, you still fuck with that
Still can't get away from it, can you?
pork.
Can't get out, Gerald.
So nah, it's incorrect.
You know what I'm saying? Bacon, I ain't.
Have you seen some of the closed coal mine towns like I have? I don't think it is.
They got fake vegan bacon. They don't taste like bacon. I like, nah, can't do it.
Josh said allegedly.
Slick said, but we'll stop eating it.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't want none of that fake shit. Give me real pancakes.
Yeah, we will stop eating it. That's y'all. Y'all decide whether y'all gonna stop eating certain shit or not. Y'all decide whether y'all gonna make alternatives.
Not real money now. Huh?
I need to know what's the difference. Like if you tell me, the only difference is
the wheat flour.
Right. Pretty much.
There you go. Exactly. Give me the greens to kill me faster. That's it.
He said he ain't playing.
Yeah, I love food. Like food make me happy. When I'm eating, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I ain't gonna you ain't taking my food from me. Fuck that.
I just giving you better options before the doctor come around and say, well, you can't eat red meat no more. And then you like, damn.
I'm eating a salad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You put bacon on your salad.
Yeah.
Bacon bit.
Yeah, I heard that shit.
I don't eat that bacon bit shit. I cut up real bacon. I don't fuck with no bacon bits either. I don't fuck with nothing fake. Nah. Bacon bits ain't nothing but the same shit Molly eating.
That's
like
dog
fucking flavored cardboard and shit. I ain't eating that shit. I want real. I want that shit fresh from the cow. I'm good. I want to,
I'm telling you, there's some chefs out here. They made you everything you talking about. You really known it was vegan.
Well, when you reach the point where it don't matter in life, then shit, I would eat what I want to.
Matter of fact, I go straight pork belly, man. I had some candied pork belly the other day. That shit was the best thing I've ate in my fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
You made it
candied pork belly?
Candy, yeah, it was candy.
Oh wow,
that shit was good.
Like
than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's a candy bacon.
Yeah, they was like in chunks, and it basically like had the brown sugar and all that shit like a candied yam.
That's
but it was bacon.
Bomb. What was that on the grill?
But it was thick ass bacon. Yeah.
Oh,
they marinated in that shit, and then they threw it on the grill and grilled it.
I know that was hitting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that. What you call that?
I don't like sweet bacon.
Call that the hot burn right there.
That shit was
I don't
delicious.
Like sweet food.
Eat what you want. I just get 15,000 steps in. I do eat what I want, but
you work out,
getting outside actually exercising. If you sitting and just on the couch, then you going of course it's gonna pile up.
Yeah, you can eat whatever you want if you want to.
But go back to addiction. Yeah, since I stopped drinking, I've been losing weight like a motherfucker.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, boy.
Stop drinking, shit.
Ain't mad at that, boy.
That was a huge ass key right there.
You know what? When I was working at Georgetown, this is a true story. Every day, I call myself watching what I eat, but I wasn't watching what I was drinking. And they call them empty calories. I would get me a coffee every day with caramel. It was a caramel macchiato, I think it was. And I call myself, huh?
That ain't coffee.
Hell
no. Caramel macchiato is basically a dessert with some coffee flavor in it.
Look, I didn't know. Back with my Georgetown years, and I thought I was doing good. And I was like, why is this not working? Because I wasn't watching what I was putting in my mouth completely. I was just watching the food. I ate baked food instead of the fried, but I wasn't watching what I was drinking. Wasn't watching, because if I been watching, and then once I found out that coffee had 1,200 calories, that was all of my calories almost for the damn day. I was on 1,800 calories.
You must have been getting the McDonald's joint.
Nah, she said Starbucks caramel macchiato. That ain't nothing but sugar.
Yeah, I did not know.
What kind of drink though?
Caramel macchiato.
It was a venti caramel macchiato. I thought it was like,
Well, that's mostly
and I was like,
syrup and sugar
no
and
whipped cream
milk.
because I didn't like the whipped
That's
cream.
all dairy, pretty much, and
But
sugar and syrup.
I didn't.
I get the vanilla bean.
You know better, you do
Oh,
better.
that's even worse. That ain't even coffee.
Oh, you never watch them make it?
Uh-huh.
I found out when they put the coffee in the thing and they put the little thing in it. And they go, I said, no whipped cream.
Oh, you ain't never seen them. You never paid attention to them making it before.
Nope. She probably just like
it. It was in a silver thing in the cups and they do.
Yeah, you can still get that same drink. You can get that same drink when you can just tell them veganize it. Now,
look, I didn't get the extra whipped cream on top. I didn't.
Almond milk. They got all type of options now.
But that's what I'm saying. I did not know better. And I didn't, when I found out that the many calories,
No better.
I did not know. I mean, knowing is half the battle. I was like, oh, shoulder blow. I'm like,
as long as I eat pussy, I can't be a vegan.
Doritos outside of the United States is very different. No cheese. I ain't know that.
But I was doing something too. It's doing good.
Yeah.
Out there with you, bro. I didn't eat no girl.
My 1,200 calorie cup. That's all.
Yeah,
what you got
but
this
I didn't
morning?
know it was 1,200 calorie cup. I'm like, shit. All this time I was fucking my damn diet up.
This must have been before they had to post shit. And now they gotta tell you. I guess you have to tell you when you was buying them joints.
Yeah, this is when I was working in Georgetown, back when I was younger. And then I was taking this stuff called Metafast. And I was losing weight. I lost 7 pounds in 1 week. I was looking good, thought I was just doing it. Then I found out I started getting allergic reaction. My skin started burning. I started breaking out, swelling up. I was like, what's in this Metafast? Because I told the lady I'm allergic to seafood. She said, oh, ain't no seafood in there. But it was a shellfish in the soups and stuff or whatever. And I was like, oh man, my girlfriend bought the rest of my Metafast from me because I'm like, I can't eat this stuff. I was getting sick. I lost 7 pounds though in 1 week. I was on a good start. I was like, what is in this? You drink that little soup and you have to drink the shakes and stuff. Man, I found out the best way. We did a study up at Howard. Misha was part of the study. They would give you your food, and then you would go up there and you would exercise, and they would monitor that. That's back when we was doing Billy Blanks, when we was doing Tybo.
Was that like 93?
No, after that, 98 maybe, because I had the whole kit. I had the stats, Tybo and Donna Richardson. Used to be able to do the VHS of that. We used to, be able to do something, and they would monitor how much weight we lost. They were eating. Yeah, it was on VHS. It wasn't even DVD. But I got Tybo on VHS and Donna Richards on VHS. And they would monitor us. We would go, we would exercise, and they would monitor us. And I guess it was some study that we was on. Well, we was working there at the time, and I was working there part-time. So we would go up there and be part of the weight loss study. And which was cool. So we did what they said and lost some good weight. That's why I found out the key for healthy weight loss and healthy is exercising, eating right, and breathing. I didn't know how important air was to your body, getting oxygenated. That's why when Vicky do the breathing yoga, I like that. I mean, it really is beneficial because we need to be oxygenated from our hair follicles all the way down to our toes. And breathing helps, and it oxygenates your body so you can be able to lose weight, other stuff to get to going in the processing. That's why I was told you got to breathe, eat, and move. Because my fitness instructor and the nutritionist said if you are on a 1,200 calorie diet and don't do no exercise, you can still gain weight because your body will get used to the amount of calories, will adjust to those amount of calories. You got to do stuff to burn off those calories.
Yeah. And you did that in 98. I remember she looked at it in 98. That was 10 years ago. I was 10. So I was 10 years old when you learned that in 98.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was a young buck, man.
Mm-hmm.
98. Yep, I already had a child and everything. I had a 5-year-old when 98 was a mother. I feel old.
And then she found a nigga and then forgot all her principles, forgot all about it.
Let all that shit go.
Just forgot all the things she learned. That's what men do, man. They distract you, man. Tell you, Reese. Keep it on the
well,
shelf.
fuck it, I got a man.
Nah, that ain't.
Fuck it, I got a nigga now. I don't need to do that shit.
The D.
Somebody said, Reese.
Yeah.
Somebody said something about you in the comments. I don't know who it was. Okay.
They said what?
That's somebody dad mentality. Somebody over there.
Somebody must have hacked my page.
Oh shit! You gotta change your password.
No shit. What happened after 98?
It says the views of the Morning Mac Show are relevant.
She seen it. She seen it because it was right above the joint.
Please get a time machine.
I didn't see that. You put that up there, Roger. Let me make this a little bit.
Everybody pull out their VHS, please. So we can understand what Reese's talking about.
Y'all don't know nothing about
it. You already knew it was coming. When she said 98, I said, oh, here it comes.
Oh, hold Joe to blow.
98.
That's when we was doing when we was in that study stuff. So,
okay. Well, what are we going to do next week? How about that? Let's start talking about what we doing next week.
No, I'm talking about what we doing now, right now. We doing
what's that? You doing
health.
Billy Blanks now?
We talking about health.
Oh, but I thought we was talking about doing something different. Right?
We is doing something different.
Oh, so what are we doing different?
You know, I can't. Let me find that time on video where you used to be able to stand up and go to the side and kick.
I still got your videos straight. Let me know when you want me to pull the first one.
Yeah, you can start with the second one because that's guys. We'll talk about guys. The guy one first, and then the girl
New
one.
Jack Swing era.
The second and then the first, or the third can start first. It don't matter.
We gonna start working on the New Jack Swing era.
Yeah, I was young and a dumb girl. The 90s. Yeah.
What we doing there? We're going.
But we talking about what you change in your life. We're talking about addictions and all of that stuff and how
whatever kind of change you like.
Mental health, because when you can't get that human connection from the very first video Molly played, it was about having that human connection. When you don't have that human connection, we go to the artificial connection, whether it's connecting you with food, whether it's connecting you with smoking, drinking, porno. That's what the video said that we do in absence of that connection with the human. What is the opposite of addiction? What did he say?
I'm sorry.
I said, what did the video say the opposite of addiction was?
He said the opposite. He just said addiction comes from
New Jack Swing era, Scott.
He didn't say addiction was the opposite. But he said it could be many things. But he said
he did say the opposite.
Not being around people and
right.
stuff like that.
Josh said, "Do y'all still be doing those rub downs of the lymph nodes?"
right here?
She's the instructor on that.
You do it, yeah, right here on your ear. And then after you do it, you pat it. Every place you rub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, and then after
oh my God,
you pat it. Look, I got the seasoning arms. I got the wings. I got the wings like dark wing duck. These are for seasoning. You know, the right shape.
I wouldn't even.
I'm not ashamed, so I can show it because I can tell you when you don't take care, the side effects is what you get. And this is if you want this, then you want this. Do the opposite of what we're telling you to do on Wellness Wednesday. You don't want it, right? So all right. So
what are you gonna do different?
As you lose weight,
I ain't never get them.
Tone them muscles up.
Crazy.
I ain't never get them. I gotta get there to get away from it.
Dang, you better listen.
I wore the right shirt, didn't even know it.
I'm fat and what?
What'd you say? I'm fat and what?
I'm gonna put it on the full screen.
I'm fat and
I'm fat, but I
trans
identify
slender.
as skinny. So I'm
that's
trans
right.
slender.
Trans
That's right.
slender.
All of this fat. This is
Yeah.
Shout
about
out to all the trans slender people.
Yeah, I'm trans slender.
But you know,
You
me
know,
and Michelle Cucciarelli
I mean, I got
are
to
two
get there, Josh.
but
I
our
got to
wrists
get
is the
there to get away
same
from it. You
size.
know what I'm saying? I ain't
How
there.
about, so I'm a skinny girl and a big girl body. And I learned how to maneuver with it. So I got skinny feature attributes. So I just got to get this like a gyro, shaved it up. You can see the real arm. This is the excess fat, the weight that I lost. My butt is saggy like that. You can see where, ain't no shame.
Show us. In LA, Josh Preston, let us see the proof.
You got to come to one of my shows to see the butt.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
One of the shows. Shit. I'm fat and identify as skinny. Yup. That's straight. You could be a skinny fat person. And I've seen skinny people, bone people that eat like a dog. And I'm just like,
leg.
We're gonna get a shirt for that. Is that a leg?
Get a what?
Man, we almost went 2 hours without bestiality. What was down here in the private chat? What video was down there, Molly? That's the Trey first video he wanted to share about the play about insecure men.
Okay.
Men.
First, you got to admit the fact that you are insecure. I've been in that space before where I'm getting triggered by certain things and you can't explain why. I'm telling you, that's a telltale sign. When you are getting pissed about certain things and you can't really explain why in a way that logically makes sense, it's kind of crazy to me because there was nothing that was a turn off about it then, but now it's a turn off now. The issue is, that other men think the way that you think, and you doubt that you have the ability to have either a woman that's loyal to you or that you are enough of a man to where she doesn't look at them and say, oh, I can do better over here. Yeah. So first thing is admit that you have an insecurity. If you're insecure about something, you're insecure about your money, you're insecure about, your weight, your appearance, do something to change it. Yeah. And that's the third thing I'm going to say. You got to realize that, like you said, that energy that you're giving off is going to play a part in every area of that 100%. Relationship. And now you're going to have a woman who starts to feel self-conscious about herself everywhere she goes and everything that she does. And is that really what you want? She can't shine in rooms because you feel like it belittles you. Yeah. Admit you got a problem.
Ooh. Can I go first?
Yeah. Go ahead, go first, Rodney.
Nah, I agree with a lot he says to a point. But there's a point of when it ain't I do believe that there is insecurities that a lot of men have. And even myself, I'm a married man. I love my wife, this, that, and the other. I love for her to shine. But there's a point where she can shine to a point. There's a point where, it can become disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, and I mean, I'll be honest, I've had this conversation with my wife, and I'm just being honest. I don't know if other people feel like that. I would love to know.
I'm going to add you, Scott, on Facebook.
I would love to know Josh, but I mean, LA Josh Preston, how he feels when it comes to his wife. My wife is beautiful. I love her. I love when she dressed sexy. But there's a point where it can become too sexy or too thing. Like there's a point where I want that, and I want that to be like, I got a trophy, which is my wife. I like people to look at it, but I don't want them to look at it to the point that they think they can touch it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And there's and believe it or not, no matter how much you want to say that, there's what you call it, but there's a thing between There's a difference between you showing how beautiful you are and you advertising how beautiful you are. You know what I'm saying? It's two different things. And I don't have a problem with you know, my wife wearing nice clothes or whatever the case may be. It might be tight, form fitting, this, that, and the other. But when your ass cheek is out, now you're advertising. You know what I'm saying? Now that ain't
go there. Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga
So anyway, now you're advertising. And I feel like once you're advertising, that gives people the impression that, oh, this not only does it look good, it's available.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's available. And, you know, that's the problem where I don't think that has anything to do with my insecurity. That has to deal with me being protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I don't want nobody to touch my wife or no shit like that. That ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? You can look at her all you want. I don't care. But when you get to a point that you know, your titties hanging out or your ass is hanging out.
What's up, Slim?
Oh, my bad.
I mean,
My bad.
Let me ask the question, Rodney.
Good.
Go ahead, Rodney. My bad.
Now, like you saw, like Kanye have his girlfriend, or was that his wife? Did he marry her? He would have her staunch naked, walking through the street. You know, with the stuff she was wearing. What do you think about that? I mean, he seemed to be confident and secure.
He's using her though.
He's using, that's
not his wife.
That's messages. That's messages to people. Like that's not.
Yeah, that's a prop. That's not a wife. That's a prop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a huge difference. That's like a pimp having a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like she is his property. My wife is not my property. You know what I'm saying? But my wife is her own independent person. He's using her as a talking piece or something like that. That is not what a wife is there for. You know, like I said, my wife. But I mean, it's a point where it can be insecurity, but it's also a point where it could be protected. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that if you got your ass cheek out, some niggas gonna think you available. You know what I'm saying? If you got your titties out, some niggas gonna think you available. You know, that shit's for me at the house. Like, I don't mind you wearing tight clothes or clothes that are revealing, but if your ass is hanging out and your pussy hanging out and your titties are hanging out, then that's advertising right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, you know, what you call it to me.
But what is he advertising? Is he
saying
like Nanny Boo?
She, his wife, she.
I mean, if he's using her as a prop, what is he using? What is he trying to get?
Well, he's using her. He's resembling with the whole KKK thing and all that. Because I like Kanye. I don't like everything he do, but he's resembling the same auction block that slaves we put on. So the fact that he's able to give her a command to strip down naked in front of everybody and be on public display is the same power. He's flexing. He's using her as a flex, not in a way that she would appreciate, but in a way that's making a statement that he can do the same thing. So he can make this white woman strip down, butterball naked for the public, if he commands her to. So he's pretty much saying what I can do to these women and what I can do. You know, he drops a lot of messages, and he has a crazy way of doing it. But don't nobody hear nobody when they talk insane. So I feel like you only pay attention to when you do something a little out there.
That's the thing with Charleston White. That's the same thing that he said. He said when in quote normal or whatever, like nobody wanted to listen to him. He had to act crazy and stuff in order for people to start listening to him.
Yeah. Were y'all able to see? Were you and Farrah able to see the video when we played it? Because y'all came in a little bit, I think, after it, if I'm not mistaken.
You just got there.
No, I just now got on.
You want
Molly, if it's okay, can you play it one more time? Because I want to ask them to, I want them to say respond to it too.
Yeah. Y'all got to respond to the clip. Oh no, I already took that thing down.
All right.
Hey, Beast, what's your shirt say? I'm fat, but identify as what? Oh, skinny. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
trans
trans
slender.
slender. Yeah.
I like that.
I'll
Yeah,
buy that shit too,
absolutely.
Fred.
Where'd you get that shirt at?
Uh,
Your company made it, or?
Nah, some random ass, like I was in Virginia Beach, and you know how they had them t-shirt joints?
Yeah.
It'd be like
Yeah.
just random ass t-shirts or whatever. And I was in one and I saw that. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm buying that. Give me that.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, I need that in my life. And that was when I was really big. So that's why I was big on it. But nah, just to go back, David, Funny Man Green, they're saying that when a woman, basically on that thing, he was saying that men have insecurities if they have a problem with their woman looking too beautiful, whatever the case may be. A lot of that has to deal with them. Go ahead. I'll wait. You're about to play it now.
I've been in that space before where I'm getting triggered by certain things and you can't explain why. I'm telling you, that's a telltale sign. When you are getting pissed about certain things and you can't really explain why in a way that logically makes sense, it's kind of crazy to me because there was nothing that was a turn off about it then, but now it's a turn off now. The issue is, you know that other men think the way that you think, and you doubt that you have the ability to have either a woman that's loyal to you or that you are enough of a man to where she doesn't look at them and say, oh, I can do better over here.
Yeah.
So first thing is admit that you have an insecurity. If you're insecure about something, you're insecure about your money, you're insecure about, your weight, your appearance, do something to change it. Yeah. And that's the third thing I'm going to say. You got to realize that, like you said, that energy that you're giving off is going to play a part in every area of that 100%. Relationship. And now you're going to have a woman who starts to feel self-conscious about herself. Yeah. Everywhere she goes and everything that she does. And is that really what you want? She can't shine in rooms because you feel like it belittles you. Yeah. Admit you got a problem.
That was the catch up on the video. I guess to redirect and stay on topic. David or Ferris, since y'all both sitting there, what do y'all think about that?
I mean, I understand what he's saying, but it doesn't apply to me because I don't have insecurities. You know what I mean? It's I'm not trying to say my woman's my trophy or something like that. No, but I'm just saying like, if she's looking fly, I want people to
I feel you, Scott.
To look at her and to admire herself and all. Because that says that that I did good. You know what I mean? So
that's a solid answer.
I got a question.
If somebody like, ew, look at her and stuff, and I'm like, oh well, we may not have to be together anymore.
Well, do you believe that? But do you believe there's a difference between a woman looking good and a woman advertising?
Yeah, I do, but I think the reason why she would advertise is because her man's not giving her that that attention and that confidence, that she does look good.
But the thing about that he's saying is if she was doing that beforehand, and then now that y'all are in a relationship, you're like, what you call it? Because I kind of saw this on something else different where the lady was basically there in you can see the bottom of her titties and shit. She had a shirt on where you can see the bottom of her titties and you can see, her pants, what you call it. You can see the bottom of her ass cheek. And she's like, he met me this way. Why does he have a problem that I'm still wearing it this way? And I was like, yeah, I can understand that because as a man, I don't want you looking good, but I don't want you advertising either. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a difference to me between, and I'm not saying my wife does any of this, but I'm saying that
Shaw left a message for y'all too.
That if a woman looks good and she dressed nice and she can dress sexy and she can dress how she feels to make her feel good and this, that, and the other. But once you start getting to that point that your titties are completely out and your ass is completely out and this, that, and the other, to me, you're no longer dressing. Now you're advertising. You know what I'm saying? because that should be something that should be just for me. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that should be something that's should be just for me. And maybe it's insecurity, but I look at it as like, you know, I don't mind people looking at my trophy, but I don't want people to think it's okay to touch my trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you got your ass out, to me, that's saying this is available to touch. This is available to, you know, this is available. All this is available, and this and the other. And that's just my opinion. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's how I feel. But you know, you're not going to go out. You're not going to go out and have your ass cheek hanging out or the bottom of your titties showing, and be out with me because I'm not going to sit here and have to fight for you and all this other kind of shit just because you want to advertise. You know, I mean, shit. In my opinion, you can look just as sexy but have your titty fully covered. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm good with that, you know. So, I do encourage my wife to dress sexy. I love it when she does, but you know what I'm saying? But to me, there's a limit on everything. There's a point where you got to say, okay, that's a little too much.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing, Scott.
I can't say everything is okay. You know what I'm saying? Because if I stood out there and you know, pulled out my joint just so a woman can see it, you know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, I'm not gonna do nothing, but I want her to see what I got. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool on either part. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not gonna do anything, but I want her to see what I got. You know, come on, dog. Like, yeah, that just doesn't work for me. So anyway, that's how I feel.
Charles said he definitely agrees with you on that. For a married woman now, if you're just dating, how can you tell a woman not to do something? I mean, you can say what you're not going to accept if she is pursuing you. If you try to pursue her and get in her world, then you can't say shit. But if she's trying to get in your world just the same, then you have the open reins to say, oh, I'm not going for this or that while we're in the dating phase. You set the foundation from the beginning, and you can, and then she'll, like, you know, and then you won't, you know, you set the standard in the beginning.
Yeah, you do. You're right. But there's definitely give and take when you're dating. When you're dating, there's give and take. You're supposed to work all that shit out before you get married, and that's by dating. You know what I'm saying? And even with me, there's going to be a give and take. But you know, I have walked away from. I haven't walked away. I didn't walk away from the woman because she was dressed too sexy. But you know, she just like we said, the underarm hair. She raised her arm with the underarm, I see that, I'm gone. Like, I'm done with that shit. We ain't got to have a discussion. I left the girl at her house because she had on dirty shoes. I was like, nah, I'm not dating you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we go out on the first date and you don't even put on clean shoes? Like,
and give a fuck about me.
Yeah, I already know.
I feel you because I'm thinking dirty shoes.
Rodney. That was dirty. Was it city shoes, dirty?
Yeah, it was. She had on some white Reebok Princess. I can tell you 100% because it was, you know, I still remember it like it was yesterday. I can tell you her name. Her name was Shanique Kennedy. I'll tell you exactly what happened. And she came outside, and I was getting ready to take her to see, because this was high school. I was getting ready to take her to where all my boys was at. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't go to our school, so she was going to be my new flex. You know what I'm saying? And she came out that joke with them dirty shoes. I was like, oh, nah, girl. I was like, yeah.
You got to go.
I was like, yeah, you got to change your shoes or something. But
like she just got done cutting grass, right, DG?
Hey, I don't know what it looked like. She was kicking bricks with them joints. I didn't know what she was doing. But she went inside, and I sure enough called another girl and went out with her. I was like, yeah, that ain't happening. I can't bring you.
You didn't even let her change her shoes?
Nah, because I figured her expression was like, these the best ones I got. I was like, oh, hell no.
She set the standard in that case. She already let me know how you coming out.
Yeah, and guess what? I was like, well, I can't take you in front of my boys no more. So home dates after that. You know,
hey, Reese, you remember your question that you had for Rodney? You was going to ask a question about what he was saying.
I was saying that like we all say, okay, this I want you to do this, I want you to do that. We're going together. It's just going to be me and you, and both of y'all lying because she may say, okay, I ain't gonna dress like that no more. She get with her girls. Yeah, girl, we about to go out and they flex.
And I'm okay with that.
Do that.
You know, hey, Vicky does. Yeah, when Vicky go out with her girl, she's dressed way better than she look when she go out with me. I don't know. I mean, way better. She'd be a whole nother motherfucking person. Like, I don't even know. I don't even recognize her half the time. I'm like, God damn, who you? Where you come from? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, and I'm okay with that actually because I'm not, I'm not gonna, but she still does not have her ass or her titties hanging out. But but yeah, she definitely looks a total different. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, go ahead.
Gotta get the stepping, Slim. You gotta get the stepping.
Yeah, so and you know what? And I tell her friends, get her drunk and bring her back home. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying?
Bring her
back home. Yeah. Because all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have the pillow ready and everything when she get back. I ain't gonna let her take off that dress. She keeping that shit on when I bang it.
Look, like I'm gonna use like Gwen and Melvin. When Gwen started dressing sexy, she started losing weight. Melvin jumped on the bandwagon, and Melvin slimmed down too. Melvin's like, "Shit, you ain't gonna be the only one they looking at." So, I mean, I'm so proud to both of them and their weight loss success. They toning up, they getting it right. But that's what, because Melvin saw every guy was up there hawking and looking, when dressing all sexy and seductive. When she got there, Melvin be right there.
Yeah.
Look,
and she talk about how good she sucked dick. That's the worst part for my own. I'd be more upset about that. Like, stop advertising your jaws.
Yeah. Yeah. For all your fans.
Stop advertising. Because Melvin told me one time she was up there and she was doing a routine, and he, how Melvin stand in the side or whatever, and he said some other comedian heard her routine. She said that nigga got up, walked up to the stage, went up to see who she was and everything. And
yeah,
then was
guys was doing that.
And then even said to Melvin, he was like, "Who that right there?" He was like, "Oh, that's the Gwen Factor." And he was like, "Damn." He was like, "I might have to holler at her." Melvin was like, "Oh, nah, dog, that's my girl." He was like, "That's yours?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like,
that's true. That happened Saturday. Dude was saying something. I said, I said, "That's her man right there." He was like, "Where?" She, the one filming her. Y'all don't start no messing up. And look, don't start no mess in the
room. But it's like I said, there's still a limit, and I believe every man there is a limit. If there's no nigga that's going to be want his wife or what you call it to come out there with her ass cheek and coochie and titties hanging out for everybody to see, and I don't believe that has anything to do with insecurity. I believe that has to do with like I want to protect mine. Like this.
So let me flip it and ask y'all a question. And so when does it cross that line, that thin line? When does it cross that line to become an insecurity? Not tailoring it to her, what she wearing, or just your relationship bond. Period. Like what things to y'all cross the line and make it where you're like, all right, that dude insecure.
Well, you can't explain it. Like I just thoroughly explained to you. You know what I'm saying? Where my limit is. Where the and just like he was saying, it's like when you don't know why. Like I know why. I can verbally tell you why I don't want your ass cheeks out. You know what I'm saying? Or your titties out with me. You know what I'm saying? Like now, if you go out the house and you go do whatever you're going to do, and I'm not there, I'm not going to care. You know what I'm saying? But with me personally, I don't want that because I don't want a person to touch you, and then I know myself. And it ain't got nothing to do with insecurity. If some nigga touch my wife's ass, I'm whooping his ass. And I don't know if you want to call that security or whatever you want to call it. I call that a result. That's what I call it.
Bobby, I'm gonna ask you the same question then. Oh, go ahead, David.
I don't call it insecurity. I call it security. Like you said, if somebody crosses the line and actually touches her, you're if you whip his ass, then you're protecting her. So.
Right. Yeah. Like my wife goes out, she dances with niggas all the time. Like she loves to dance. I'm not a good dancer. She dances with niggas all the time, but she ain't twerking on them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as you're respectful, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like go dance with them niggas. Like one of my boys actually fought a nigga for dancing with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even the upset one. This nigga was mad. And knocked the nigga out too. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't had nothing to do with me. But I'm okay with my wife dancing with other people and things like that. I don't care about that as long as it's respectful. He ain't got his hands groping on her and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But niggas know I'm standing there. They doing the hand dance. It's just strictly hold her hand.
It
Do
is
the
about
little
respect.
spin and shit like that. It ain't nothing. It ain't gonna be no grinding and no shit like that. I'm good with it, but it's all right. I'm okay with it. But
Let me throw a scenario to you. Say, because you and Vicky married. Say you got a friend that you had since childhood, since you was 5 years old, out the sandbox with you. It's a female, right? And you and Vicky get married. Vicky said, "I don't want you being friends with her because whatever reason, maybe Vicky's insecure about something. But she tell you you have to stop being friends with your childhood friend. Do you cut it off because out of respect to her?"
Renee Reynolds. That's her name. Renee Reynolds is that person. And no, Vicky did not tell me I had to be what you call it. But her husband.
What if she did?
Hold on. But her husband did.
Oh, Renee's husband said
yeah,
you couldn't be
her
friends.
husband said that you could not, I could not, we could not be friends. And she came and told me, and we went, I think, about 2.5 years until he proposed and never talked. And when he proposed, this is when they was dating. When he proposed, she said, the only way I'll marry you is if you allow me to be friends with Roger. And that was a real conversation. I got invited to the wedding. Me and him had the conversation. And yeah, I was like, there's no threat, dog. Like, I don't.
He was already married. I mean, what did he think? Well,
it don't matter. It don't matter what he thought. You know what I'm saying? But I respected it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was my friend. She's still my friend. I still consider her a best friend. You know,
I lost a best friend like that too, because and we was before kids. I was all through everybody he dated through high school and everything, and he get do his first wife. The first wife likes me. He gets married again, and for some reason, she didn't like that. I think it's because when I got sick, and he was by my bedside. Him and his family, was coming to see me in the hospital, and I think she didn't like that. And I don't understand. All I know is that a friend for over 30 years, and I can't talk to you because my wife don't want me talking to you.
Yeah. I mean, she came to my mother's funeral. Me and her only talk on birthdays now, but we still talk. Like, she'll send me, she don't have no social media. That's the other thing that sucks. But my wife works with her at a school and shit like that. Like, it's still, our relationship was great. I still love Renee. Like, if Renee called me right now and said she needed something, I would absolutely do anything, because that was my best friend for a long time. Me and her
that's what Renee is. But I'm asking you, if Vicky told you
we wouldn't have been together,
would you do that?
We wouldn't have been together. Because I wouldn't ask her to do the same thing. She had a male friend. She has male friends. She has multiple male friends. I don't ask that of her, so I wouldn't ask that of me. That would have been something we would have worked out a long time ago. Because that's a trust issue. Because if it starts there, it's just gonna go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't nip that trust issue right then in the bud and take care of that, all it's going to do is manifest to another trust issue. Sorry, I got paint all over my hands and people looking. Like, what the hell is that?
I was trying, inviting her over. Come on, let's do this, let's do that. And she's still coming over, but she's still. It wasn't me. I think she didn't trust the guy. She didn't trust her now husband. Because it wasn't me. So I don't know. I'll never find out. I guess I'll never know till something happen. But
no, it's still coming. Friendships, I always look at it this way, but you got to be open too, Reese. And I'm going to say this to you. Friendships have ups and downs. It's just like everything in life, hills and valleys. You know what I'm saying? But as long as if you leave the door open and that door doesn't have any what's the word I'm looking for? Any stipulations. If you leave the door, that friendship will always come back. Me and Coach didn't talk for 7 years. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever, whatever happens, because I'm gonna still be here. I didn't turn nobody away. I'm gonna still be here.
Right. So. And then even with Renee, when her husband now then told her, that she had to stop talking to me. you know, when she came and told me that, I was like, cool. Then, you know, when that nigga done, don't be afraid to give me a call. You know what I'm saying? And I moved on, and I didn't call her, and she didn't call me. And like I said, it wasn't until her wedding where she called me and told me, and she was like, yeah, I want you and Vicky to come to my wedding. And, you know, and this, that, and that. And I was like, he good? And she was like, yeah, that was the stipulation for us to get married. That he would have to be okay with our relationship. And I mean, but there was no threat anyway. So I mean, I was like, and then all we did was, and now all we do is every year on my birthday, like clockwork, I can guarantee it. And every year on her birthday, like clockwork, I send her a text. Yeah. I'll send her pictures of my kids. She sends me pictures of hers, and you know, and that's the end of it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that the love is not there. It's 100% still there. She knows if she called me at any time for anything, I was coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to be there. So there you go.
Right. And that's the security of a friend.
He's always making saves.
Wait a minute, did you ever smash Renee?
Whoa. Now let's not talk about that online. Hold on.
Just say no if you didn't. Hello.
Never mind. Deny. It's okay. It's okay.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Man, now y'all gonna give me that. Reese messy as shit. All right, Reese.
Yep.
I got you. I'm gonna get you back for that one.
I'm messy. You the one that's messy. I'm just saying that
question was coming up.
You the one sounding like Lost Boys talking about Renee.
Goddamn, cue the rain.
But I could understand the person being jealous if there was some intimacy there. So I don't know if dude know, you know, that Renee may be question on you or whatever. Maybe that's why he said you can't be friends with that person at all.
I didn't say he wasn't justified in his statement. I just said
okay.
Because he did. He said okay and was just like, all right, well, we ain't gonna talk.
Yeah, when that nigga gone, let me know. You know, but that had nothing to do with it. But yeah, we were. Yes, that was my first girlfriend. She was my 7th grade girlfriend. But you know, yes,
but
I did take. Yes, I did take her to prom. How about that? How about that answer? Does that help?
Okay.
Take her to prom anyway. And I got a prom promise. Don't worry about everybody getting signed that prom promise. Better believe it.
Beta. I seen that comment. Betas.
That would have been friends. Murray, none of that shit.
Y'all said bleed him. Y'all said, okay, you know, I'm sorry. I was just casually.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. I'm messing with you. It's all good. Ain't no secrets. Ain't none of this shit secret. So.
Talking about the security.
Trust me, there's pictures out there. You can find them.
Yeah. Molly.
Huh?
That was a good video, Trey, by the way.
That
was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like to bring that back and explore that topic.
Okay, I got a second one behind it.
David didn't get a chance to say nothing, did he?
Yeah.
I was asking him if he,
a few things.
I was asking him for his take on it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do got a second one that's behind it.
Okay.
Oh.
So that'll be the first.
Set me up.
First
man, everything I say gonna make me seem really insecure. Watch.
Nah, not at all. No, not at all. No.
Trey set my ass up. Go ahead.
No, not at all. But we're gonna flip this set. We ain't gonna talk about one side, not talk about the other. So I hope y'all didn't think that was gonna happen.
Some honesty on this one.
Overall, insecure about everything, insecure within themselves. They don't have confidence. They have low self-esteem. Any constructive criticism for her to grow will be met with defense and drama. If you trying to coach her, if you trying to give her some game to help her, you know, a lot of the times that requires looking in the mirror. And a woman with low self-esteem who lacks confidence, she has a hard time doing this. So her defense mechanisms, in order for her not to feel this, is to attack and be on the defense and cause drama. And this is a huge problem in a lot of relationships. This typically stems from a lack of confidence, low self-esteem and shit. You know, you want a woman who's confident in herself, confident in her abilities, confident on the inside. as well. Like little physical insecurities, or little insecurities, we all have them, right? I have insecurities. Everybody has insecurities, but I'm generally a confident person, if that makes sense. You know, I'm secure within myself. I'm secure with my look. You know, you don't want women who's like that.
Okay, men don't want women like that that's insecure. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's so quiet in here. All I hear
Yeah,
is the air
I thought
conditioning.
somebody was going to.
All I hear is my AC. Maybe I should cut it off.
Somebody want to add lib to that or nothing? There's no.
I guess not.
No,
Hey,
I
Funny Man Green,
agree.
who's the young lady
Anybody,
with you?
somebody
Who's the
got
young lady
something.
with you?
Okay, and since
We'll
you're
bring
here
her
too,
into
Farrah, I ask you too. I'll go first. I agree 100%. Your self-confidence is something that you have to work on. Your self-esteem is what you have to work on. Yourself, no man going to be able to give it to you. And a man do like a confident woman that knows herself. I had to work a lot. I didn't realize how damaged I was. When the younger me was a totally different creature, was a totally different person, and it was a lot of that anger. It was to hide and to cover other stuff. You know, like I said, it's layers to me. I'm an onion. I had to peel back with counseling and therapy and stuff. I'm confident in myself right now in my walk, so much so that I never forget Ron Hunt when I did the stage at Molly's event. This man came up to me. He said, "Damn, you so is confident for a big girl." And I looked like I'm confident because he was like, I was how I took command, how I was doing the thing, and he was giving me a compliment. I think at the same time as saying you're a big girl, like I'm supposed to have low self-esteem.
A backhanded compliment.
Yeah, like I'm supposed to have low self-esteem. I was like, what that's supposed to mean? I'm a confident woman, not for a big girl. If I was a small girl or whatever, this is me. And that's because that's what my grandfather instilled in me. I started walking and believing my granddad, and he loved me. He showed me how I was supposed to be treated. I was out there wilding out, didn't care about that. Then as I got older and became a mother, I seen everything that my grandparents was trying to teach me and show me, and I leaned more towards about and went back to what they were saying.
Hey Scott, you saying you trying to get in on this subject? Is that what you're saying? Just let me know for clarity. Go ahead, Reese.
And the self-esteem bring you down.
I think he's trying I think he's saying he wants the link. He's saying, "Can I get on?"
Can he get on? Yeah, Scott, come on, because I wanted to do a Wellness Wednesday with Scott. We was talking about
Scott might be AQ in disguise. You better be careful.
No, I know Scott. We was talking all last night and everything about some good stuff. I told you all about that.
Oh, shit, Scott. Yeah, get in on this, Scott.
You didn't tell me about you talking to Scott. Nobody specific. About nothing.
I did tell you about the subject matter.
What was the subject matter? What subject matter? I don't remember.
Scott wanted to know if he can get some coffee with his cream. He's trying to get some
about suicide and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that was pertaining to Scott. And I remember you bringing it up, but you didn't say you was talking about it on the phone about it.
Yes, I said.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say something, and
somebody send them the link.
I'm gonna preface it by not saying this has nothing to do with you, Reese. So, but a lot of women, I feel that because of the way that women are treated differently than men when they're growing up, they're always told that they're beautiful, they're this, they're nice, they're great, they're sweet. They're always told these things that then as they get older, they're not able to take accountability for what they did. Like whenever a little girl gets upset, she cries and people get distracted by the fact she's crying opposed to dealing with what really is the issue. You know what I'm saying? And we tell her, it's okay, you're a good girl, everything is good, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Especially men, we coddle. We coddle our daughters and we coddle these young girls that when they do something bad, we just hug them and tell them it's okay and don't make them accountable for what they do. And then when they become adults, they still keep on doing the same thing. And it also has, in that insecurity, to me, is not really insecurity, is that they just don't want to feel the shame. And I've talked about this previously, even on my show, is that they don't want to feel the shame of, because they've never been told that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? They've never been told that they're doing wrong. Everything the girl does is great. You're doing so great. Everything is good. And when they do wrong, they don't get disciplined and they just start crying. And then once they start crying, then we hug them and coddle them and say, baby, it's going to be okay. And then we never address the actual problem. And that's what happens, that now these kids and these young women are now adults and they don't know how to address the actual problem. The only thing they know how to do is deflect and start crying and start bringing up other stuff. Oh yeah, well you went and did this, and I'm like, we're not talking about what I did.
As long as I get the pussy on. Shout out to all the pussy in the room.
You know what I'm saying? We don't do that, and we even do that as men. Like even what Slicky Woo Boo's saying, you know what I'm saying? Like half the time, if Vicky offers some pussy, I'm gonna forget what the hell she did anyway. So you know what I'm saying? Like next thing I'm sitting here mad about this, and then she go, well, that's why a lot of men say, shit, well, take off your clothes, and I forget about all that shit. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And we never deal with the actual issue. Either way, the same thing happens, that we never deal with the actual issue, that it just gets diverted, it just gets something else shown, and then that goes. What's going on, Scotty? Since you came in, I'm gonna let you have the floor unless somebody else has something to say.
What's up?
Got an echo.
I was just talking here, women all for the love of God.
Women, you
Do I have an echo?
Yeah, Molly might need to take out your background or something, or to clean it up.
What's going on?
Ain't too much.
All right, I can hear you a little bit now.
Is that better?
Where you at, Molly?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. You hitting stuff now.
I don't hear an echo. I got earbuds on.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead with it.
You good?
Yeah, in 2019, I was dating this girl named Donna Fukla, and we were living together. She was working.
Yeah, you might have to take out the earbuds, dog. It ain't picking everything.
You might just want to talk on your phone.
Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Cool Beans, you good? You in the hospital or something?
Oh my God.
No, I wasn't trying to be rude. That was a serious question. I didn't know it was because it looked like you had the little thing behind them.
Yeah, that's what I was scared. You talking about suicide? I want to go on live and be like, tell Renee I said, you know what I mean?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, hold up, we ain't gonna have no suicide live junk going on.
Yeah, no, hell no. Got the commercial.
Play a Chow Bow commercial. That might make you committed.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Say something else, Scott.
Get my speaker on.
That's better though. That sound better. Shut up, Chopper.
He can't stay in here.
Oh well, never mind. You try it again tomorrow.
You need some Wi-Fi, some
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
that's probably what it is.
I agree. Wait a minute.
Echo, is that from you? You said bad service in the North Pole.
Who said that?
Chow Bow.
All right.
Oh, now I can
Can
hear
y'all
you.
hear and see me now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you would.
perfect.
You good
Does
now?
that sound better?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better.
Introduce
Okay.
yourself and everything before you jump in, so people watching can know who you are.
All right. My name is Scott Sutchell. People know me as Scotty Blaze. LA knows me very well. We used to wrestle together. We used to beat the hell out of each other inside the wrestling ring. I did pro wrestling for 27 years. 2-time cancer survivor, coma survivor. I'm big time on mental health. I lost my son to suicide on December 30th, 2022. So I'm big into that. I will be appearing on LA. What's that?
Say your son's name.
Son's name was Austin Setchell.
All right.
And I'll be appearing on LA's podcast tonight talking about mental health and suicide
That's what's
awareness.
up.
And I will have some stats on suicide for the United States, for Virginia, and for Roanoke City, Roanoke County about the cause of it, how it breaks down and everything. So make sure you tune in tonight. That's at 7:00 on LA's podcast. You can find it on his Facebook page and also on his YouTube page.
He normally does it Thursday. You sure it's tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was tomorrow.
But he moved it to Wednesday. Remember?
Okay. All
'Cause
right.
he got
Yeah,
something-
tonight, special tonight. Normally on Thursday, but it's tonight so that I think Chout Bout can be a part of it.
I'll be watching. I hope y'all are still
I'll
on
be
when I get
tuned
off
in.
of work too. But go ahead. Let's see what-
So talking about insecure women, holy shnikes. I suffer from a disease called complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS. Now, for anybody that has Netflix, there's a documentary on there called Taking Care of Maya. It's also about a girl with CRPS, so that explains a little bit about it. It's the highest form of chronic pain disease known to man. It's rates higher than the first childbirth without medication or amputation without anesthesia. And I suffer from that pain daily, all day, 24/7. There's no cure, no standardized treatment. I've gone through ketamine infusion. That doesn't help or anything. Thank God I have a high tolerance to pain, or I'd be in a hospital more times than not. So I'm dating this girl. I'm living with her. I don't have the strength or energy to really leave the apartment. I just sit there and watch TV all day, be on social media all day. She's so insecure, thinking that I'm going out of the house or apartment, and going and talking to women. It's all in her head. It's all her insecurities. And I try to reassure her that, she's the one I love. She's the one I want to be with. I'm living with her, telling her how beautiful she is. She don't have to worry about it. I'm cooking, having dinner ready for her when she gets home after a long day at Wells Fargo. And we spend time together. When I'm able to go out and have the energy to go out, I go out with her at the detriment of my body. So there's a price to pay for me going out. And then I pay that price in pain and in my body at a later time, like going to the movies, going to the duck pond, trying to spend time with her. And then I suffer for it later in bed. But she's got it all in her head that I'm cheating while she's out and all that. And I'm spending my time, energy, and emotional bandwidth trying to make her feel better about herself. She's self-conscious about her body. Now, she didn't have like a model's body, but she had a great body. I desired it. I loved it. But she was self-conscious about it, thinking that I was always looking at someone else. We go to the apartment pool. Of course, there's other people there. She accused me of looking at them, even when I was with her in the pool. And basically, a few days after my brother died on October 6th of 2018, with what I'm going through with CRPS, which is also known as the suicide disease, because there's no cure, no standardized treatment, the pain level so high, the emotional toll of a chronic pain that basically it's nerves telling your brain, oh, I'm hurt, I'm hurt, I'm hurt, and there's no way to shut it off. And my brother dying just a couple of days before, she cheats on me with her ex-husband.
God damn.
And her excuse was, exactly. Her excuse was, oh, I was withdrawn. I wasn't paying attention to her. I wanted to say, bitch, my brother just died. What did you expect?
Bitch.
Bitch. Sorry.
So
what did you say? You
I
said you wanted to
tried
say you was cool.
working through that.
Huh?
I wanted to say it.
Right.
I didn't say it. I
Oh.
tried working through the infidelity of the relationship, but it just never worked out. And when I moved into an apartment by myself, my cat was a cat that we got at the same time as an emotional support animal for me. My cat was going wild at the sliding glass door for some reason, and I looked out. There she was, peeking in the sliding glass door, thinking I had an. I opened the door and go, "What the hell?" I invite her in, and I said, "What are you doing here?" She goes, "I thought maybe you had a woman in here." I said, "Well, would you?" She's not in here. She's chained up in the bedroom. Joking. She goes, "No, I've already peeked in your bedroom window." What? That's how insecure she was. After we got, she tracks down where I'm living, and it's a first floor apartment, level with the ground. So there's no up or no down. The sliding glass door is straight out. So she's able to look in, and my cat, who's familiar with her because we got him together with her, is like, I'm like, cat, you're fucking going crazy. Look out, and there she is. That's how insecure she was, even though she cheated on me. But it's one of those things. You're accusing me of what you're doing.
That's how it usually is. But Scotty, let me tell you from a woman's standpoint, me being a psychopath, being a psychopath in the past and recovering a psychopath, a sociopath, if her problem wasn't with her problem, she was her problem. So a woman to work through what her abandonment issue is, her jealousy issue is, a psychopath issue, thinking somebody wants you or when they don't. It's a female issue. She needs counseling. She needs whatever it is she's going through. And that's we used to like have a
Molly, you got an echo, Molly.
That was my first thing.
Yeah, I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, Molly, you got an echo, dog. You're echoing people's voices.
That's Farrah and David Gray, because Farrah's a psychopath too. She's psychotic.
Now I can hear.
Because she already said that she gonna come over there and kick ass. She don't care who David got up there. Farrah, you better get you some help, baby.
That got me rolling in them comments. That's what's getting me. Them comments is getting me.
What was the comment? How do I check the comments? I've never used StreamYard.
South said he should have power bombed her ass.
Yeah, that's what had me cracking up.
That's what had me rolling for the last. I was trying to think because everything you were saying, I was like so serious and so with it and everything. But when I seen that,
I was the same way. I almost had a fear, and then I seen that.
Somebody smart me up.
Yeah.
Somebody smart me up. How do I check the comments? I've never used StreamYard before. Do I hit the chat button?
Yeah, you go to on yours, you go to more and hit comments, and you'll see everything.
Okay.
You see what the people are saying. Okay, Farrah and David, y'all turn comment on the insecurity.
I got you.
I think your gain is too high on the mic, Molly. 'Cause I think
Yeah, it's like picking up what everybody's saying and putting it in. Thank you. I
think it was the gain was too high.
Okay.
Once I get
no
my
problem. That's gonna
desktop
be-
computer set up where I used to do my own podcast, I'll have a more professional setup. But
Oh, good.
I haven't been really
All good.
motivated to set it up.
It's all right. People are here on their cell phones and stuff.
Let's go.
Ain't no-
Motivated. Let's go. Don't
Yeah, you good.
get do it. Yeah, start your
I know.
podcast.
With everything, I lost a lifelong friend, and she was also a lifelong love of mine. November 9th, 2020. I grieved her every night up until I got the call of my son on December 30th of 2022. So I've been in a perpetual state of grief since November 9th, 2020. And I've lost wrestling friends along the way. LA been on my Facebook page for years, and I don't know if you've seen it at all, but we have a lot of the same wrestling friends that we've lost. I lost my father 2013, my brother 2018, my grandmother 2017, but she was okay. She was expected because she was 98 years old. That's a good long life lived.
Yeah.
But of course, my son was only 23 years old. And now it's only me and my brother, me and my mother, who's 83 years old. So only 7, because my grandfather passed in 2009. A family of 7 since 2009 is now only a family of 2. And not counting my pro wrestling friends that have passed away, which is numerous. And some of them were really close, like Scotty McKeever, who LA knows, Ken Still, who LA knows, Scrapyard Dog, who I think LA knows. Just so many that we've spent numerous hours and shows in the locker room with, and many of them I spent numerous thousands of miles road tripping with. That it's a brotherhood that develops, and I'm sure it's the same with comedians. You know, it's a brother and sisterhood.
Oh, Scotty, I'm gonna say one thing, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Dave and Farrah because I want to get their reaction. You losing all of your family members like that. You say you just down to a family of 2. That's just your bloodline. My family would be just 2 if I didn't reach out and gather your friends. Your friends become your family. You can make your family as big or as small as you want.
I got you,
to
Slicky.
surround yourself with people that love you and that care about you. You know, sometimes
Absolutely.
the family we make is stronger than the family that we are born in. Because I had relatives I ain't spoke with, brothers and sisters that I ain't spoke with in years. But my friends, that's my family, they're closer. So don't ever feel that you're alone. As long as you
No. Some of my wrestling friends that are still around, I've been retired from wrestling for 11 years now. And some of my wrestling friends are as close as family. Some of them are like brothers, and they check in on me periodically. And LA can tell you, it is a very close brotherhood. And when one of us go down or one of us is feeling bad, we all step up. I still check in with people I see struggling. They're talking about their lives on Facebook, and I check in on them and see how I can help them. Especially one I'm real close with, Sean Denny. He struggles with mental health, and I check in on him all the time. He's out on the East Coast of Virginia, and we did shows together for years. And he's like a little brother to me, and I check in on him all the time, and he does the same. You know, and the gaming community too. There's a couple of them I played with for 10 years, and my son did too. That's one thing about my son. He made friends online that during his funeral, Some came down that he never met in real life. Some came down from New York to attend his funeral that he never met in real life, but he talked with for 10 years. And even when they were struggling, they just sat and talked on their headsets through the game and just talked. And many of them said, you know, your son was there for me when I needed him. And I'm like, yep, that's how I raised him. You know, that's how my father raised me. I did the same to my son.
I hope that happens. Yeah, I hope that happens.
We're gonna get with David and Farrah. Are they still here?
Yeah.
Okay. We want to see what you guys got to say about the comment, especially about the women and the insecurities. I'm waiting for. Go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead. You're next.
Oh,
I'll just talk now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was taking over stuff like I usually do. Usually he lays there. Who do? But anyway, no. But look at David. He said, "Who does?" No, but I think with the insecurity thing, like I've only really had like 2 black men I messed with. So like the white boys are constantly, you're fat, you're this, you're that. When really like DG and them, they eat it up. Like they never really tell me that. So like my whole profile thing, that's old. That's from like 2020 when I was with like a white guy. And you know, it's pretty much one of those things. I was like, you can just kiss my ass since you think it's so fat and blah, blah. And it was just a joke, but it blew up. Like all the likes I started getting, it made me feel good because I was always told I'm fat and all this stuff. So it has a lot to do with that. So when people lose weight and they show their body, it's because, hey, remember when I looked like trash? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. And yeah, a lot of that comes from, you know, people talking about me or saying this or that. So, I mean, I just show them, look how many other people like it. Maybe that's why I got 3 baby dads, because you didn't want it. What's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? And yeah, I got DNA on those. So yeah, I know. I ain't no Mario. But you know, like it's just like that. Yeah. But like, you know, DG's different. Like he's like my friend, but like when we dated, he was sick. He had all that stuff going on and everything. So like we really didn't have a chance to get to know each other, but then we still kept continuing for the 3 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cheats clap, and you know what time it is. But like, so you know what I'm saying? So it's like at this point, I could hang around him. Like I don't drink anymore or anything. So like I can hang around him, but he knows what he is. He knows I'm gonna tap that ass. You ain't gotta tell me nothing. You good, go to sleep. I'll get it. You know what I mean? But like he makes me always feel beautiful.
Say you gonna tap that ass.
Hold on. I need clarity in that, please. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up. Pause.
I need clarity.
Yo, no, what no pause. You didn't hear one.
Oh, boy.
She said go to sleep. Go night. There you go, night.
Like I said, David, he's with the church, and just me being a little not mama's favorite person to be around, but you know, baby boy loves it over here. We good. But yeah, like I said, like he don't never make me feel like garbage. And I know he's a liar, then he's a liar. I know wake up and look straight like a trash bag. And he's like, you look great. And I'm just like, you're such a liar. You're a liar. You know? Crazy. Yeah. But other than that, we still get along. That's why I'm over here now, bugging the hell out of him. You know?
I ain't mad at that. Well, David, what's your response on the video of what we've been discussing?
Well, she took the words right out of my mouth, other than the
I'll take care of daddy. Is that what you mean?
When she was talking, what the hell did you say?
What was you paying attention to? You wasn't listening?
You lost me when you was talking about pounding me or something.
Oh, Lord, it's out the bag now.
Me was a good time.
The truth always comes out, David.
Something about some
Even if he
ass.
never has much to say when I'm around, he has nothing to say. He's like,
No,
like
not at
the
all.
cat still got your tongue. DG, what's up?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's that part.
Yeah, that part.
Uh-huh.
She willing to
That's
fuck
all right.
with
He
you.
gonna get fried up all week
No,
because
no,
of this.
no,
You
no,
know
no,
it. You
Okay.
know it.
It's okay. David, do I need to let you borrow some Tim's? You need to give him that
Nah,
that
give him to
bulletproof vest
her,
back
not
because
to
he always
David.
catching stray
Yeah,
bullets. Give him that vest back. You want to hold
yeah.
that though, but give him
Give
Tim's
her the
for
Tim's
traction.
proud bout.
Yeah, because
Yeah, the
she
way
the
she
man.
said it. The way she said it, she need the Tim's.
She said, "I run this motherfucker."
Yeah.
Hey, I work in
Yeah.
a prison. I deal with people worse
There you
every
go.
day. Like,
There
you
you
know what I
go.
mean? That ain't shit.
The motherfucking the
Hey,
finger up that.
Farrah
You
said,
work
take
in
that,
a
take that.
prison.
Get him,
Yeah.
Farrah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why David don't say too
David's your
much.
drug mule.
And
She
she
stuffed
snatched the
the
You'll
words
get a
right out
finger
of
in
his
his
mouth.
mouth.
Oh no, the hell never.
putting things in his
Oh, no,
cavity
the
to
hell
sneak in
never.
the
Hey, for
prison.
Chow Bout, hey, for that comment from Chow Bout, no,
What
I'm
it
not
say?
the old guy that yells at kids at 3 a.m. in the morning. My fat ass is asleep at 3 a.m. in the morning.
See, Scott is Farrah and David's neighbor. Talking about, keep that noise down. Keep that noise down.
Okay.
No,
I call
hell,
that know your
I'm telling,
place.
hey, I'm pumping my beats at 3 a.m. if I'm up or I'm on social media arguing with these fucking Trump pumpers.
Oh yeah, Molly hip hop that. Yeah.
Oh, so you and Molly talk all the time.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Like
You ought to
that.
see some of these idiots I'm arguing with
I
about
believe.
Trump. And I'm anti-Trump. I may not look it, but don't let the cover of the book fool you. I am the white version of Roll Bounce.
I ain't mad at that.
Okay.
I ain't mad at it.
Okay.
I grew up in a roller skating rink, and I argue with about, especially this one dude who I provide video proof, facts, and he still calls it fake. And I made AI caricatures about him having orange jizz on his chin, saying that he's been,
That's an
oh
infection.
my God,
Oof.
orange jizz on his chin
Oh.
about Trump.
Oh. Not
Okay.
on the trend. Oof.
Well,
But
let's not forget about the young lady pumping David Green. Can we get back to that, please?
Okay, yes.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to change the topic.
I don't want that to be let
Pump,
go. We
pump,
gotta
pump it up.
investigate that a little bit more to what exactly is going on over there. But I'm gonna let it
Yeah,
go.
sorry about that.
It's all right. Trump.
Oh, you're
Just
good.
clarifying my position.
An orange fizz.
Don't let the book cover fool you.
No judgment. No assumption.
Farrah, clarify your position.
You'll be
I
in the
have
I'm gonna
David
have
on
to
up like a
clarify my
knot.
position.
Yeah.
Look, you the one that she said. She already said what she said. She said what she said.
She said when y'all make love, it's your legs in the air.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Not this.
She told you what to go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. It's his legs in
Hey,
the
you
air.
better go night night. You
Pull
better
him
go
back.
night night.
Pull him back some more. Pull him back.
Farrah telling you really go night night. Farrah said you really go night night, babe. Till your mother cat back blue.
Yep.
Where that baby oil at? I know
Yeah,
you
with that Johnson
David got
Johnson.
it
I think I got some of that Johnson Johnson left.
All the baby oils at the Diddy party.
Nah.
No, David got some of
David was the
hers.
person that delivered it there. That's how you know.
Hey,
He's
it's butt
the
oil.
delivery
Get it
driver.
right. It's butt
Daddy
oil,
Green.
not baby oil.
There you go. It's all right, David. The truth always comes out, David.
No, that's
Listen, I'm David's Vicky or whatever her name was, if it makes sense. The ex-girlfriend, the one that you care that has friends. Me and him is like that. Like they can't say nothing about me being here or him talking to, you know what I mean? Like that's your friend, that's your ex. That's what we have. And plus I fuck better.
No,
I'm done.
no, Vicky is his
David
wife.
ain't gonna
Not
never
Vicky. I said the
Renee.
other one.
Renee.
Renee, I meant.
Renee.
Renee, the other girl. She know what I
Right.
meant. Guys
David,
know what I
you
mean.
ain't don't ever
I
get
got
no
it.
new girlfriend because Farrah gonna pop up and ruin that for you. She already said, look.
Oh no, I hate the one that has to be with him behind me because you know what I'm saying. I'll have to come in and finish him off because she ain't gonna be able to do it.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh,
What happy ending, huh?
Freak
damn.
me.
Listen,
Calling
he's
calling
just
in
a
the
friend.
cleaner.
He's just a friend.
Freak me.
Okay, Bismarcky.
Don't sound like that ain't friendship. I got friends too. They don't never finish me off. I need to renegotiate my friendship.
They not good friends
like
then
a
if they ain't
female.
finishing you off.
David,
Shit.
you ain't got to worry about no girlfriend, no nothing.
Finish me off. I'm gonna have to hold on.
Sound like the female. Sound like a female Bismarcky.
Yeah, and we got the same girl, bro. Jeez. Like, you know,
Not show proof.
So who said show proof? Farrah said show proof.
Josh said it.
Uh-huh.
Farrah, you got a story to tell about David Green?
No.
No. Just the fact that I know he told you guys when he was on his deathbed, and I decided to make a little trip to the hospital to see Big Daddy.
To revive him. Yeah, you
He
revived
almost died. He had the IV pole in the bathroom with the hospital socks. They wasn't open. You know, he was slipping and sliding. He wasn't gritting nothing. But inside that ass, you know what time it is. That's the story.
Those hospital, hey, those hospital
When the
socks
doors
give you some
Fuck that nigga to
traction.
death.
Well, that's the entertainment. The doors don't lock, so they could have walked in on at any time. Like, you know what I mean?
Chair up under the not if
That's
you
the
put
hot
chair up
part.
under the door, and when they push the on the door, y'all know they coming in, and that's how that works.
Well, see,
They knock first.
I actually told her. I said, you might want to give us a couple minutes. And I've been over and had like a little skirt on and I start twerking. And David's like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, no, for real, you need to go. But so that was on her. Maybe she wanted to join. Who knew? He was going to go see Jesus. Remember, you were sick. You were sick. Everybody from the church was coming to pray for you, and I'm riding Daddy like I'm going for the win in a derby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
You going to hell, David Green?
Ride him for his mental health.
He going
In
to
a
glory.
handbasket with me riding him. Who knew? Like,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
She riding him like he was Seabiscuit.
Sir, what does your baby daddies be saying about that? Your kid's father? Do they know that you and your boyfriend? Do they know you ride David like Seabiscuit?
Well, that's why I had 3 more kids with him. He knows what I do. He know what that ass do. But anyway, we don't get along like that. And our kids are like in their 20s and 18, so they're older. And the other baby dad, he's my best friend, like DG. He just happened to be there when I like my pH balance. So I know he was the last person I was with. So I said, the hell with it. You feel me? So
we like DG, so we know how you and David rode. So you rode that.
Oh, we like our pH balance. That's what I mean. Like, we like to be like, you know, we don't mess with like other people, stuff like that. So that dude was just there. Just happened I was ovulating.
You know about David?
Everybody knows about DG. Like, I post them all the time, but see, I'm so smart. They were like, Farrah's smart. She's not going to post them if she's doing them because she wouldn't want us to know. Bitch, that's exactly what I'm doing. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we laughing like, oh, I just jerked him off underneath the table when we had wings the other day. Not him because he's a vegetarian. He had like, what'd you have? Spaghetti with
David.
meat. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Farrah, you might be too much for David. David.
That's why he wants me, because he's not used to somebody like that. People want things they can't have, or his mama said don't. Like, you know, but we still together.
Okay.
Your mama said, leave that little property alone, David. She's for the streets. Leave her alone, David. David,
because they're all with the church and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? They're all with the church.
Farrah, you gonna send that boy to hell? He going to hell.
In a hand basket. In a hand basket.
If it was that
With
good,
a smile.
Put the cat. You got some different opinions in the comments. Let's see.
What the comments saying?
You know, you got eyes, Slim. You got the same eyes I got. Hello.
Oh no,
Yeah,
actually the
sorry, I
3
haven't
baby
even tried
daddies, the one, he was a Marine, like when I went to go visit my sister all the time. And then you know how that ends up, like don't want to be a dad, don't want to be none of that shit. The second one we
Yeah.
were together since we were in 7th grade. So the fuck if it wasn't good, the fuck he stayed with me till I was like damn near 30. So anyway, with that being said, and the third one I already told you. Like, you know what I mean?
They
After
still
the baby
friends.
daddy thing,
Is the
yeah,
third
yeah,
one?
like he was my best friend, and it kind of happened. So it's
Is
not
the third
like
one
all this
black?
other bullshit.
Like DG,
Huh?
is he black? You said you had 2
Oh,
black
I
guys.
haven't been with no black people. I was with DG and then somebody else.
Okay, but that
They were
wasn't
all
the baby
white people.
daddy. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if it makes sense. But yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I'm like in my 40s. So it's not like these young kids now got 3 to, like, you know what I mean? I spaced mine out. Like, I have a 15-year-old, my oldest is 25. That's a space for that ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
you on that though.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But it's not like that, but yeah. And he's like, if it was that good, you keep coming back. I'm sitting next to DG. Why would he? You know what I mean? Guys are guys. When you're single, you could go out and be with whatever you want. But yet I'm sitting here like that's weird. You know? They get me. Like, you know what I mean? Damn, wonder why you smoke weed and shit. Like,
DG hitting it.
Oh no, we haven't done anything for a while. It's been a
Oh.
minute. Yeah.
Either way.
I thought you just said you beat him off on the wing.
Nah, I think
Is that sex though? Like,
intercourse. Intercourse, yeah. He can get a nut though. She just
for
saying
one person.
right there.
You're allowed to get nuts. So since you know when that pH balance off, she knows she
He
been.
knows. Because he knows. It is kind of crazy though.
Y'all crazy.
I got this hot ass been going ahead since I've been here.
Well, I guess in a way that's mental health related.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
Gotta get that nut. Gotta get that nut. It's part of your mental health.
I learned something. I told I had to go talk to my wife about my death plan.
Yep.
When I'm on my deathbed, I didn't know those were options like that. I'm gonna have to tell her.
Ride that nigga to death.
That's part of that booklet, 5 Wishes.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, damn. If I go, well, that's exactly how I want to go.
Yep.
Might bring you back to life.
Hey,
I want to kill over dead like that. Hit the music.
Well, you on your deathbed, DG.
He already know.
Hey,
He already know what it is,
he
Josh.
was about to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So what that white song say? Wake me up inside, save me.
Yeah, I'm trying to flatline like that though. Shit. Anyway.
Better hope you don't go flatline.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Okay, we
well, you gotta let David hit it again to make sure it's still the same.
okay.
They
I'll
just
plead
said
the fifth. We'll do this one.
Get off the phone,
Right.
David.
Yeah, go ahead, and let him go ahead and knock one out for a real nigga. But put his feet
No,
in
he
the air
has to.
this time.
No, he needs to go to sleep.
None of
He
this
has
shit.
work today.
None of
You
that.
gotta put his feet in the air.
Ain't no
Yeah,
none of that shit. Yeah.
He had to go to sleep tonight.
Nah.
Maybe tomorrow night when he on.
No, yeah, because he's off tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow morning.
Damn,
or
so what a
something.
nigga
He
gotta
gets
do to die to get some pussy? Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Did you remember the hospital story?
Yeah.
Or did the pussy almost kill him?
That shit.
Or did that pussy almost kill his ass?
You
So
knew.
you on the mark right there.
Your venom can be your cure too.
Yeah, Scott, you on the mark. His pussy got almost
Damn.
killed his ass. That's what it
Pussy
was.
put him in the hospital and brought him back to death.
Balance. See, it was Ferris pH balance knocked David off balance.
Yeah.
Farrah got that Jesus resurrection pussy. She in
See the light.
Wouldn't that be?
I see the
Hey,
light.
wouldn't that be called Lazarus?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know.
Lazarus effect.
I see the light.
Damn.
That
David
joint
ain't saying
done.
nothing. David.
Well, but that's the whole thing with me and David. we grew up together pretty much. I knew him his whole life. So it's like this stuff is new, but yet we hung around like all the time. So it's just like a weird little scenario that played out. He's just actually one of the good guys. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't hit you, won't call you out of your name. He doesn't do anything. Like
But
he
he
is
looks
like
like a
for real,
rabbit.
like a really good, yeah.
Right.
And he makes me want to be around him, be respectful.
Don't
Like he
say
really is.
no when you stick a thumb in his butt. None of that.
Hey.
None of that.
Yeah,
All
you know what I'm
fingers.
saying?
All
He's for all
fingers.
that. You know what I'm
That's a
saying? He
lie.
wanted to, what do you say, wrist to elbow? He into all that shit, huh?
Dudes are
He
trying to
said, get
get
it
a
all in there.
cheeky. He's not having
Get it up there.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? The whole time he didn't know. That's all it took was a little finger in the butt in the hospital bed. His ass woke up. It was like, oh, Joe the Blow.
Window.
Oh, Joe the
Blow.
Oh, Joe the Blow.
Sarah, you be peeping through the window?
Oh, shit.
No, I don't do any of that stuff.
Not beta.
I had to quit being crazy.
Hey, LA.
They're all crazier. than
David
me,
sounds
so
like
I'm
a
happy.
hey, LA. David sounds like a CM Punk. Don't do none of that. He's a CM Punk version.
Nah, he do it all. He more like Bentley Farnsworth or something.
Motherfucking.
Oh, hell no.
Motherfucking.
They thought he was all
He
quiet.
like bring the umbrella, open it up. Oh,
It sound like Players Club to me, shit.
Uh-oh.
You out there drinking this shit, eating ass and shit. She said I had to make some extra money. No, Diamond.
The umbrella was a bonus.
He said
Shit.
no diamond.
That's Dave. We gonna call David Diamond DG.
The crazy thing is, after she brought David back, they hired her at the hospital. It was like
Actually, I worked at the hospital. That would have been crazy because I did work at a hospital, but it wasn't
Your
that time.
technique
That's
works
crazy.
100%.
I thought you looked familiar.
No, you still got that crazy stuff on.
Yeah.
I would have been crazy.
We got Paul Nurse Farah in here. This looks like this is going to be his last hour. Let's call Nurse Farah in here. See what happens.
Hey, I thought she
Hospice for
looked.
real.
Hey, hold up. I thought she looked familiar because I knew I came out in my 10-day coma somehow.
She said, "No, you didn't." Wrong
I'm
nurse.
joking. I'm joking.
We
I'm
know,
joking.
we know, Scotty. We all joke. That's what we do here.
I'm joking.
We talk.
It's
She
okay.
said that was the nurse on the other floor. That wasn't me.
Hey, and the crazy thing is, if the nigga died, she'd be like, "Oh, he was gay."
My methods aren't gonna work on this one.
Yeah, don't work on this one. No, sorry. You gotta
Man,
get a
10
different-
kids out here.
No, but for real, it's David that got snagged Farrah. Because once you go black, you don't want to go back. And she said she can't give up that funky stuff. She can't give them up.
Yeah.
She said she keep
Yeah,
running
and
back.
that's it's crazy though, because it's just crazy. We've been broke up for 3 years, but we still hang around. I don't know what it is. It's hard.
No,
You know what I mean?
crazy is
Because we
good-
start seeing
good
somebody, he sees somebody and leaves alone.
It's
When
hard
I
to say
start seeing-
goodbye to yesterday.
I think you gotta.
It's just
When you're
weird, but we
like,
just
you're
get
just
back
sorry
together.
for the fact. You're starting at crazy. I'm not exactly sure where
I got
you
a
are,
music.
but
I got a
crazy
song
is the
for every
bottom, and
occasion.
you're moving your way up.
Me too.
You know what I'm
Too,
saying?
Scotty. Me
It's
too.
like that. It's like that. It's like that ratio of crazy to good pussy thing that people be doing.
She said that he was.
Show us
you-
where it's at on the on
Yeah,
the.
you're all the way at the top of that crazy list, so that means that pussy must be super crazy good too.
No,
Super
So,
crazy.
yeah.
Pussy up here.
This right here.
Yeah, that
They
joint
like,
right
that's
there.
why Farrah's over
Top
there.
flight pussy. That's what they
Yeah.
call
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Come on, Farrah. Ride
Yeah.
David Green. Come on, Farrah. If you
Shit.
want to ride,
Ride your nigga for his mental health. I'm not mad at
right.
that. Get everybody down right.
We're gonna get shirts made. We should get shirts made. Ride for mental health. Hey, we
Yeah,
should.
ride for mental
should.
health.
look,
Somebody
you
said
see
somebody
that?
said Farrah the
That's a
same white
real
girl from
ride or
Sinners
die.
that was fucking the nigga to death.
Oh
Farrah
my
is a
god, I
real
gotta watch
ride or
Sinners. Everybody keeps talking about Sinners. I gotta watch that.
Hey, that
I
fuck
know, me
beat,
too. I want to see
fucking,
that too.
Michael
Yeah,
B.
everybody
Jordan to
think
death.
Ride or die.
That ain't
I didn't. You don't tell me.
Have y'all seen Sinners or Amir Rodney the only one that's seen it? So
Not
far?
yet.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for it
Okay.
to come out on Fire Stick, but
Rodney said that y'all
Fire
that
stick.
couple.
He trying to come on fast.
Fire stick. What?
Give it another month. He's doing
I
good.
thought you said Netflix before you said Fire Stick.
Yeah,
Fire
he
Stick.
I
get
get ready for work.
Amazon Prime.
I
They're gonna
say
get it
me.
for $24.99 on Amazon Prime. You can rent it.
Okay.
Oh,
Definitely
Go
interesting.
to the
though.
movies.
It's off for real. Yes, you can.
I knew the crazy shit about David would come out. I knew it would come out.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't wait. Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you
No,
for
that's
thank you for validating everything I ever thought. I know it's all true now.
Uh-huh.
All them lies he be telling. This nigga.
You better
Why
unvalidate.
talking about finger popping?
You better
I already
unvalidate.
know.
No, he's not down
brother.
for that. Usually, I can turn
guy.
people. He won't let me turn them. Usually, dudes are
Oh,
okay
wow.
with it. He
Oh,
won't
wow.
do it.
Oh, all right.
They
Well,
won't.
But you
okay,
tried.
now you protected. That's
Tried,
your
you
insurance,
tried.
David.
I
Everybody
try,
ever
but
try?
he's not into that.
He wrote
He's
that.
not
He
into
wrote that on a piece of paper. He was like, "Tell him you tried and it didn't work."
Show at the
Right
table.
below
The
the
cards on the table. I got no
right
image
below the
card.
camera angle. He wrote that out real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why
no,
he
but
ain't got the
seriously, he's
camera
the
to
only
write it.
he's
real
the
quick.
only one that is like that.
Meanwhile,
He
he's
won't
got a
admit
vibrator in his ass right now. That's why he ain't talking.
Is that what that echo was?
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was interrupting the fucking reception.
He had his phone charging from the vibrator and shit.
Shit. So.
Oh
shit.
man.
You too.
They had that set up on
Pull over,
industrial
I'm on.
strength.
Tomorrow is Tall Tale Thursday on the Morning Mac Show.
I
Do
like it
anybody
today.
have any exciting news going up about events going up or happening? If not, y'all hit us back tomorrow. Tall Tale Thursdays on the Morning Mac Show.
Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow.
No,
Let your energy flow.
Nah, he ain't tell us about the anal bead.
Fresh ideas
Oh,
and a
shit.
No, it wasn't about that. No, my daughter's school got flooded. They had to be rescued by boats and stuff.
Get out of here, really? That's crazy.
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. And the crazy thing was, it was the sewage junk and all, so it was waste and all kinds of junk in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, dog got distracted by all the making love.
Bring your
Gotta
dreams
tell this story
alive.
about the daughter.
The groove keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Go up there and finish painting and get to work.
Fuel for your fire when the world feels
I'll be viewing tonight, Scotty.
Yeah, I will be there live. I will be watching.
It's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual
See y'all tonight.
Tonight, man.
See you
I'll
tonight.
try that.
Now, make
Vibes grow.
like this. Where the link? I didn't get the link.
Ain't no finger pop. Pop, pop, pop,
New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the
Oh, it's got a good beat. I can skate to it.
Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Get your inspiration packed in a casual out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in
asking too
stride.
much.
No snooze, choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Tall Tale Thursdays, y'all.
David, y'all using